Alrighty. Whoa, my voice is loud right now. Holy shit. Let's get this bitch started. Oh shit, where'd my pens go? Uh-oh, one sec. Okay.
It stands alone
All
on
the
its own.
MSG.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
I enjoy it.
MSG is something more people need in their kitchens.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
we use it a lot. It's so good.
What was the? Where did all the? There was like a full-on like campaign of like anti-MSG.
That goes back to the early 90s. It was
Yeah,
the
my-
Chinese food scare.
My
Really?
aunt's still on that train.
I was about to say, I'm surprised that hasn't made a comeback.
Yeah.
The thing is it legitimately, like, the big problem with it is it's so good that it makes things addictive.
What? Well, it was the scare was that if you had that it would like if you had what was it? MS? Was that the
It's
thing?
like whatever, if you had the allergy, whatever it was.
There is some sensitivity to it, to glutamate. But that means you'd also
Yeah.
be sensitive to like meat as well.
Mhm.
Because glutamate's a pretty common thing.
It's a migraine trigger as well for some people.
Yeah, that was what it was. That was like the scare was that people were like, "Oh, you'll eat it. You're gonna get a migraine, and then you're gonna die."
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
Then
some
people forget that-
also have a gene that makes them not like cilantro. So maybe we need
Those
to.
poor cursed souls.
my
Yeah,
dad
everybody
has
throw it
that.
out.
He's like, yeah, it tastes like soap.
Yep, my dad's the
Damn.
same way.
Isn't
And
it
for
so?
throw
me,
one out.
I like cilantro if it's not too much. If it's too much, it gets to taste
Oh
soapy
shit! If
to
you
me.
eat a fucking fistful of cilantro, you're in for a bad time.
Okay,
I do like butter,
I
but if you put
swear-
a stick of butter on my anything, I won't eat it.
Oh, dude,
You just gotta get the right ratio of butter
You
to
clearly
popcorn.
haven't been to the OC
that
fair.
sounds like cowardice to me.
Fried butter on a stick.
If you don't have
Hell yeah.
a full stick of butter in every serving of every meal, you're not really an American.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, call me a Canuck.
You just replace that with maple
I was
syrup.
literally gonna say maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
All right, let's get
Lower
this
in
thing
fat, higher in
started.
sugar.
We got Derpy in the background for the night. She'll be listening and yelling things indiscriminately. Here's my summary
Hi,
of the
Derpy.
last episode. It was the Demovan. That was it. It's
Oh hell yeah!
we
So good.
we got in the Demovan. The Demovan got T-boned by a bullet, and then Demovan went Demodad and went crazy on the bullets while Kalis took out his fancy drop trowel, took out his fancy black rod, and
Thank you. I was gonna ask you
tried
about
to pacify them with his vibrator 9000. It didn't work, but then it did work. Y'all beat the shit out of the bullets, and now we find you at the gates of Bryn Shander. So we're just gonna hop in right there. The party pulls up. The giant polar bear drawn war wagon and two ex-bugbear warg wagons roll up to the gates of Bryn Shander. Bryn Shander is a city on a hill with a tall wooden wall around it. You can feel the wind just whipping against the sides of the wagons and of the big war wagons and the sleds. And as you guys get within view, you can see that there are soldiers patrolling the gatehouse, kind of observing and looking in your direction as you're arriving. A few of them, you can see one of them turns around, calls down to somebody behind. You can't make out the words because of the wind and the weather. It is a little bit like it's early evening as you arrive, so it's fairly dark. You can see the torches, and one of them was waving at the top of the gatehouse towards somebody on the inside. In the Warg or in the Polar Express, Yif Skiff, you You turn around and look, and it's just you see the 3 squidlings and the 2 gnome xenomorphs kind of sitting there expectantly, and one of them looks up and just says, are we close? Are we almost at Bryn Shander? We're slowing down. I'm so excited.
Keep it quiet back there, or I will turn this around.
Oh, we're there? What's the plan? Should we, wait, we gotta get our disguises on. And they start to kind of scrabble around, take their cold weather gear, these big, basically they wrap themselves up, just as you've seen, like, the kobolds wrap themselves up. This time, though, 2 separate. Ironically, they throw kind of like blankets, heavy blankets over the squidlings, who still float, and so now they just look like small children floating off the, like, with the blanket, like, dragging on the ground behind them. Can't even see the little tentacles. So, for all intents and purposes, they just look like hooded humans. Or hooded human children. So, as you approach the gates, Demovan, you're the one who's at the front here, driving the Demovan, as it is, and you hear from atop the gates, "Halt! Who goes there? Why are you driving goblin war wagons and?"
It's a 2008 town and county.
Well, as they look at you, you're obviously not goblins. And those are, I can see there's obviously not bugbears driving those warg wagons, but, are they tame?
We're not dead.
Just don't, have any raw meat in your pockets and you'll be fine.
And don't be raw meat yourselves. That's not a good option either.
No mind, it's okay. See the now lovely frozen carcasses on the roof. We just crack off a cold one and they're fine.
Cracking open a cold one is just when you bring down a reindeer, gut it in this world.
Crack open a cold one with the bears.
You see another figure walk up atop the gatehouse, the wind blowing his big kind of fur-lined cloak out from behind him. Muscular, old, grizzled-looking dude looks down and goes, "What's your business here?"
We're looking for a doctor, I think. Primarily, yeah.
That was one of a few things, especially one who is understanding of how drones are extracted.
There's a moment of pause. We got a doctor here. She's a bit of a kook. Uses plants and whatnot, but she's good.
That sounds ideal for us. We got ourselves our own kooks, so...
Yeah, she avoids the mainstream approach. I like it.
You watch as he gives you the kind of crazy Larry, like, eye look, like, down his nose at you guys from atop the wall. Gonna have to leave those beasts in the stables. Pay for your own pen there. They good with each other, or they're gonna need their own pens?
I don't know.
Oh, they're fine with one another. It's really, if you have your own baby seals in the pens, and they start to have problems.
What the fuck? No, we ain't got no baby seals in there. It's just horses and goats.
Oh,
Dogs.
they should probably get their own pen.
Yeah, we'd probably move those somewhere else. Yeah.
All right. You got the coin for a pen?
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
we caught that up.
We pay them whatever it is.
All right. He kind of waves it. He gives you all a wave. Pulls his big cloak around him again. You see him walk away as he just says something quietly to their guards on top of the wall. They let out a whistle, like a and you hear the clanking as the gate opens up.
I wonder if they're always this inviting to everyone who comes by.
I mean, we do have a pretty metal-looking setup with the warg wagon and the goblin war van.
And the frozen reindeers on the roof.
Yeah.
So you make your way. The wagon's wheels creak to life, crunching through the snow, and you make your way. And you realize now that this wall is pretty rudimentary around here. You can tell it's very old, but it's been standing for quite some time. But it's basically, as you pass through the gatehouse, you can kind of see the construction of it. It's 2 concentric rings of upright wooden poles with a shit ton of dirt and rubble in the gap between them. So it's a very much like your kind of like palisade style wall.
Earthen berm wall versus stone.
Yep. So you pass your way through these 15-foot tall gates, just basically hinged gates that open. You can see as you pass through that behind them there's 2 huge logs kind of leaned up against the walls that can easily be placed down to barricade and bar the doors if there's any attackers. As you come through, you see to your left what is obviously the stables attached to with its back to like the walls there. I'll bring it over so you can see where it is.
And the buildings, as we're kind of walking in here, are they also mostly made out of wood?
Yeah, most of the
stone?
buildings in here are made of wood. It's but it is much more robust and, you know, I would call it put together than any of the other villages that you've been in. It kind of is similar. Like Goodmead had the same kind of vibe in terms of its prosperity, and you can tell this place is the central trading hub. The streets are more or less cleared. It still has snow falling upon it, but you can tell that there is somebody who goes about and kind of clears these streets every once in a while because it's not deep and filled with snow. But it's still narrow streets. The wind still howls down the alleyways and down some of the smaller side streets here. But candles do burn bright over like the streets, lighting it up. And you can now see in the dim light here that it is kind of the equivalent of a quote-unquote bustling town in the frigid north.
Do we attract a lot of attention?
Oh, yeah. Immediately, one of the little stable hand boys just like perks up at the sound of wheels coming towards the stable, and then immediately eyes go wide as it's that like typical like meme like pig or meme of the bear just going Grrr! And the kid's like eyes watering and hair blowing backwards as he just gets a fat like slobber filled burp from Buttercup.
Careful there, Buttercup.
By the way, sorry, unrelated. Did the wargs have a name? I can't remember now.
Yes, they did. The wargs
What was
are
it?
named,
It's something silly. I mean, great.
Oh, what the fuck are they? Something ridiculous. But Slobber and Poot.
That's right.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah.
That sounds right. Yep. The Slobber and Poot also, as soon as they get in the gates and they see their wagon stop, they basically like sit their ass on the ground and Thad, you have to control your wagon. You have to control your wagon as your warg Poot starts to boot scoot along the ground. There's like, and your wagon just starts going in circles.
Oh, easy. Okay, watch the butt. You gotta clean it up later. Oh, okay.
The kid
good enough.
Yeah, the kid looks to you. I'm assuming you're gonna need stables.
Yeah, and if he keeps scooting his butt around like that, you may just have to get, elbow deep up in there to clean him out.
Express that.
Yeah, I got him express.
We're just stables. We just house the animals.
Yeah, but just make sure if you're gonna do that, distract him with a nice large slab of raw meat, or else he might get a little snappy.
Oh,
all right, thanks. Bye.
We don't have meat. We just have hay and feed. Sir.
Okay,
you
for
feel
the
like-
business, I gotta keep going.
Thad, you feel like a little think on your shoulder, and then you look over and you see Masco standing on your shoulder, arms crossed, looking at you. If a weird like masked face could look at you disappointedly, it looks at you disappointedly.
Wait, did I make a boo-boo, Masco? I'm sorry, I was in a hurry.
Stomps his little foot and points back at the stables.
Oh, okay, fine. I walk back. Okay, so anyways, I pull out a copper. There's your tip. Okay, bye.
The kid just gives up and just turns to look at somebody else. Looks at you, Demovan. You look like you may be kind of more in charge. You look like you're definitely going to need your own pen in the stables and probably one further away from the rest of the animals in there. Do you have, is there any meats that you want to leave with me to feed these things? Oh, wait, I see. Can they eat the stuff on top of the wagon? It's frozen.
That's what it's there for. We'll crack a cold one open.
Oh, okay, gross.
Cut a reindeer up into 4 chunks.
Oh, that's brutal. Okay. Oh, good thing I already ate dinner. Okay.
If you think that's brutal, you should wait till you see them eat it.
I feel like this is gonna be a very major learning experience for me. Formative moment, if it were.
Yeah, we'll toughen you right up.
You'll certainly never forget it.
Really put hair on your chest.
If you don't mind, we'll leave the points next to the wall. You can leave the wagon and the sleds over there by the wall, and we'll pen the animals. Oh wow, there's a lot of you. He sees like the three squidlings and the two and Vorn and Drex or whatever his name is coming out of the wagon. Oh, pilgrims of some sort. They all look like small monks.
Yep.
It's a family trip to get this one to the hospital. Point at Thad.
Yeah, I'm looking for. I pull out one of my logs. East AC. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know what that is. What are you here for?
Apothecary named Easy.
Yeah, it's in the middle of town in the market district. You should be looking for. Sounds like you're looking for Nyanzara Trading Company.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
Yeah. Isi, she runs the place. Yeah, she still should be open. She's open fairly late. So yeah.
Good. The shroud of night will guide us to this safely, so no one will see us. I mean, we'll make our way over there.
Also, it doesn't matter if we're seen or not. I don't know why you would add
It's a
that.
perfectly legal transaction to partake in that.
Yes, we're a perfectly normal group of
We're
adventurers.
a normal family here to support our uncle in his
Yes.
surgery.
I'm not one to question. I'm not one to question you. I'm not one to question you as long as I get my pay.
No tentacles here.
Could we the pay for the stables is normally 1 silver a night. I don't know what the cost will be for these animals. I'll have to ask my supervisor tomorrow, but could I at least a silver for the night for now? You can pay the rest. I promise it won't be too expensive.
We'll pay 1 silver now, and if we need another night, we'll pay more if it needs to be.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. All right. He grabs a piece of the frozen meat, kind of holds it up tentatively, and you see just like the animals look to the group and just kind of obediently follow the kid into this pen. Oh. I don't know if that's a warg noise. All right.
When he comes out, Cora comes up and like very roughly pats his back and goes, "Don't fuck up," and then puts 2 gold in his hand.
Yes, ma'am. Won't fuck up. No. Thank you. He immediately like you catch a glimpse of him as soon as he turns around. He brings one of the gold pieces up to like his mouth and like bites it under his breath. It's real. Oh my god.
As he walks away, I just want to, just loud enough for him to hear, I just want to say, our bears will be shitting him out in a couple days, I feel.
He does. You see, like as he's biting down the coin, he does the Miyazaki hair raise, like the the full body shiver. All right. You turn your back to the stables and you look into town. The streets have their lanterns brightly flickering. The houses all have snow on the roofs. Some of them more heavy than others, but as opposed to some of the other towns that you've been through, like Caer Dineval and Caer Koenig, the houses and buildings here are well maintained. Some of them even having stonework in them, and they have smoke coming from their chimneys and look warm and like relatively happy.
Are the like lanterns or anything? Is it all just like conventional like oil lamps, or is this like magically lit?
Oil lamps, you can tell. The
Okay.
flames flicker and sometimes blow a bit in the breeze.
Okay, it's not like crazy magic. You know, this place reminds me back of home when I still could teach in public without getting in trouble.
Okay, Boomer.
I'm sorry, 1 second. What exactly happened there?
I mean, people don't like it when you go around publishing papers about devils and demons. It's
Yeah,
just very
well,
unpopular.
But
I have
there's
tenure. I can go
trouble
back.
now.
Not in trouble.
Okay.
No.
Insight check.
Yeah, it's like trouble.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm digging deeper on that.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you got?
Oh yeah. He can.
I'm not.
insight check.
I'm going bare bones, not actually deeper. Just
Oh, okay. Just light surface. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Hirokin, are you in trouble? Made some enemies.
It's sort of like a little bit of nerves. I maybe get.
Yeah,
I would
it's
say-
like
I would
probably
say, Hirokin,
fine.
you probably your mind flitters to like as you were leaving the city, having somebody pass you like tell you like very urgently like the that one of the noble families has had your name on their lips and it was not in good favor.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Probably.
Demo Van narrator voice. It was not.
It was
fine.
not fine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel as if we should not head to Waterdeep as a group.
It's a silly place.
It's my rival Stern Rum trying to put me out of business, you know.
Did he make
That's
things
all.
about
Stomameus?
angels and he didn't like you because of it? Is that why?
You know, the real reasons are it's lost of time at this point. It's been so long. Who can really say?
You are pretty
You are
old.
quite old.
I think I might have read that paper. I think it was called Celestials in the Outlying Fields.
I was actually Celestials on the game pitch, but I'm glad you're familiar.
Not the one where those stupid Celestials ruined that perfectly fair baseball game.
Sports stickball game.
That was one of my favorite necromancer, James Earl Bones. Love that guy.
Yeah, as you pass a house, a big, like, 10 pounds of snow slides off of it and buries Kalis.
Oh God!
Oh, he's
As you actually are walking down this main street, though, you can hear conversations coming from the windows. You can smell food cooking from some of the kitchens of these homes. And actually, you recognize a group that approaches you, kind of going the opposite direction, heading towards the gate. It's the group of dwarves of the Battlehammer clan, the ones that you had found the iron for
shit.
from so long ago. And they blink and kind of blink against the wind as they approach, and they go, "Ah! Look who it is! You finally made it to Bryn Shander. It's been some time, though."
We took a little bit of a detour.
Oh,
I
well,
feel like I've aged 10 years since I last saw you guys.
He has aged 10 years since he last saw you guys.
you look it. But, by the way, don't worry, your discount still stands at the weapon shop if you finally go there. So, just keep in mind. Tell them the Battlehammer clan sent you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, head over to Black Iron Blades. They'll do you fair.
I need to get my Mr. Fisters fixed up.
Your what?
I hold up my two gauntlets and just kind of tap them together. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have a name for him, don't you? All right. Well, we're on. We just dropped off another shipment of iron, so we're off. Me and the boys here are heading back to the valley. Got to pick up another shipment. So is the life here. You look and you can see, if you remember, one of them was the one who was all skittish, and is always looking for white dragons. A puff of smoke billows out from one of the houses nearby, and he goes, "Oh shit, he's here! I'm dead! I'm fucking dead!" And Hrana looks at him and goes, "You fucking daft idiot! There's smoke from the chimney." Aye. Alright, well, we gotta hit the
Actually,
road.
we killed a couple of those earlier.
You fucking... What? Strong-
Not the big ones.
Strun turns to you and goes, "So there are white dragons here in Icewind
Not
Dale?
anymore.
No, not
A
anymore.
word.
They're
Not
dead.
anymore.
You killed them."
To death, yes.
His eyes go wide. You can immediately see his jaw drop. "You're fucking heroes. You're fucking heroes. I can sleep well at night now knowing that..." Wait, how many of them were there?
50.
50? Oh, you're
That sounds about right.
absolute titans, you are. Holy shit! Oh my god! I'm glad you're on our side for this fight.
So there was definitely no tone of like sarcasm in Crix's voice, but he still looks confused that he was taken seriously.
Yeah.
Also, I hope this guy walks out the gate and just gets swooped up like a fucking falcon.
That is what you would call a bro moment.
Rana turns to Thorn and says, "All right, pick your fucking jaw off the floor and get your chub down for these boys and girls. Come on, I know they're heroes, but we got a fucking job to do. Come on, let's go." And she fucking kicks him in the butt as he stumbles around and thank you for your duty. Yeah. I said again, you heroes, you fucking heroes.
As they are, so we're passing that, right? And they're kind of heading off. Thad kind of looks quizzical for a minute, looks back. Looks like he actually needs to take a dump. He's like, and then casts thaumaturgy and mimics the sound that the white dragons made from above the rooftop next to us.
Oh my god.
Nice.
There is immediately just a cry of fear. Oh shit! As this dwarf just fucking hits the sprint button and just books it off towards the gate.
Well, he may come back for us for help later. Mm-hmm.
All right, keep making your way down through the town as those dwarves head off towards the gate. As you're about halfway there, you can see the brighter lights of the market in the center. You see two guards, and that same big billowy cloaked individual huddled in an alley, looking down at what looks to be a bundle of rags. And as you get closer, you notice that bundle of rags is indeed a body. And you catch the conversation as you pass by. The burlier, fur-cloaked individual says, "Another fucking one. Ah, shit, that's 4 in the last week. Who is it this time?" One of the guards looks down and goes, looks to be one of the, I think it's the wife of one of the merchants? Hard to tell. She's pretty bad. There's no... you can't tell if there's any wounds, though. You hear, like, the body being moved over and some of the clothes being moved. And just like... I can see what looks to be almost small cuts, but there's no evidence of blade marks or anything like that. It's really strange. The big burly guy sees you pass by and just kind of motions and says, "Nothing to see here. Come on, move along."
Wait, when someone says there's nothing to see there, there's always something to see there.
Of course there is. It's a
This not
fucking
circus,
dead
This
body.
is not our monkeys.
A dead
Wait,
body.
but-
Fine. We're dealing with a problem. Don't worry about it.
It's a dead body in the streets. Like that's something to worry about mostly.
I've seen
Everyone,
that.
not our circus.
The who died from Valhalla and like just way in the background was perfect.
Yeah,
Jumping up and down. The sheriff is so taken back by that. He's just like, wife of a merchant. Wait, why am I telling you that?
I don't know why I
She's
asked.
very personable.
There's a moment where he pauses and he looks at you all and he says, "Wait. I think I know who you are."
That's
Oh, no, there's no way you know who I am.
I take a
Yes.
couple steps back through the group.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh no, you don't know me.
You're the ones who brought the cauldron to East Haven. You also
Oh yeah, we did do
you
that.
also stopped that jerk off from taking the town speaker role down at Goodmead. Also,
maybe
I
you
heard
know
good
us.
news from the Battlehammer clan that you helped bring a shipment of iron to Bryn Shander here. Oh,
Yes, then you.
you've been doing good for 10 towns. Sorry for the hostility earlier on the wall and now, but things are a little bit
That's
tense
okay.
here in Bryn Shander.
Sorry about your murder.
Murders, plural.
Hmm.
Quite a
Any
few of them.
leading suspects?
Or patterns.
Only
Have you
pattern
seen
is...
any bald, aged, middle-aged women with hooks for hands?
Oddly specific, but no.
If so, your fears are over.
We killed her too.
I hold out the hook from my pocket. Yep.
Only thing that we've been seeing is they've been more of the, I guess you could call the wealthier of Bryn Shander. Merchants, traders, some of the bureaucrats, those folks. People of influence.
So
Coin.
it's aristocracy. I see.
Bless you.
But, I know you had business in town. Don't worry about it. We're gathering up evidence. He looks over his shoulder at one of the soldiers who's just kind of like poking in the body with a spear. Like, oh, he's dead.
Is there
Sure
any,
is dead, Bert.
Oh, boy.
is there anything noticeable we can get from looking at it as we just walk by that they're maybe not looking at, or?
I mean, he's now stood to the side. If you want to approach and look at it, he's not stopping you.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Oh, you're approaching him?
Huh? Oh. All right. So as you look at this corpse, you can tell that it's somebody who is well dressed. So indeed, he's not lying. It's somebody who has some sort of, some fairly well off. They still are, bundled up in cold weather gear with a big fur hood up, but you can tell this even the cold weather clothing is nicer leathers, nicer fur. Could be imported, maybe, who knows. But you notice that how to describe this? The first thing you notice is definitely like the throat is slit. But it doesn't look like it almost looks like there was it's such a fine edge that it barely bled.
Okay.
You also notice that there is almost looks like along the cut you can see the skin is blackened, like it has frostbite.
Interesting. Any swelling?
No.
So no internal bleeding either. Interesting.
Hirokin having large, sharp claws himself, would he know to cut something that fine? Would it be something that could be
No,
done?
yeah, you look to it,
claws.
look down at your claws, look back at it, and realize that your claws would make much more of a mess out of this situation than what this looks like. This looks to be
Interesting.
an extremely, sharp blade.
What's even the point of this if you can't spill the blood everywhere?
What?
Probably poison.
It could be poison, but there's no indication of poisons.
There's no indication of, bleeding out either, but here we are.
Perhaps
Also
They
seems
probably
kind of-
died because it's really cold.
Possibly, but it'd also be
Alice,
really,
not everyone is you.
it'd be kind of dumb to poison someone by slitting their throat. Why not just slit
I mean,
their throat?
you're kind of going closer to the source, I suppose.
The ultimate bullets my one weakness technique.
You see one of the soldiers kind of leverage his spear underneath the body and flip it over, and you can see there is another small dagger-sized, short sword-sized incision or stab wound, like right in the middle of the back as well.
I mean,
Tried to
not know what I'm talking about, but does anyone know how those zombies are made?
The white light walkers or whatever.
Whatever the things we've been killing.
Wait, don't we just set them on
Like-
fire and they go away?
Yeah, the sheriff looks and goes, "Oh, you mean those terrible things out there in the tundra that have the lights for faces? Yeah,
Those
we
things.
we don't let that happen here. Bodies are burned right away."
Look over. I just sigh at Crix and just,
Crix nods in approval.
What I mean is, do you think somebody is intentionally trying to create? Maybe off base, but
Well, is the body left right here?
That's where we found it. Seems that either they were going into or out of this alleyway. I don't know.
No blood anywhere in the alley, right?
No.
I'll take a look up to the rooftops. Is there any disturbed snow or anything that could have been where ambusher would have hidden?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
what-
can see you can see there's two eaves of a house nearby, and you can definitely see where it looks like someone or something climbed up, disturbed the snow. A lot of it fell onto the ground in the alleyway, and then up higher up on the second story, same type of thing, a jump and actually, yeah, a jump and like being pulled up there.
I'll point it out to everyone else. Well, if we want to get any more evidence, I think that's a good place to start.
Cora walks over and then gestures to Thad, and then like interlaces her fingers to try to lift Thad onto the roof.
Oh, sure. And I lift my heavily plated boot into your...
All right, give me an athletics check from Cora, and then a acrobatics check from Thad.
This seems like the inverted action, but let's do this. Acrobatics?
Yep, from Thad. Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, so like unexpectedly, you Cora laces her fingers together. You put your boot in between her hands, and you watch as her. She obviously does squats because she just goes like and just lifts and does like a power jump, flings Thad head over heel into the air. He careens, hits the edge of the roof, slides along it face first, but does find them. You do find yourself, Thad, up on the roof with a face full of snow and ice.
Oh,
I thought you were good at this stuff.
nice throw. I'm good. Oh, brush myself off.
So up there,
Okay.
Thad, the thing you see as you get on top of the roof, shaking the snow off of you, it's cold. You see footprints, booted footprints, going along the roof line, and then they stop about maybe right. They actually stop at the edge of like the roof line, and then you shade your eyes against the darkness and you look at the next roof line about, I don't know, 30, 40 feet across like this big street, and you can see what looks to be another like set of footprints, just kind of like just a heavy thump of, you know what I mean, like a heavy land footprint type of thing.
Yeah, like a furrow in the
Like
snow.
they jumped like 40 feet.
Yeah, I'll look down. So can I get any idea of like
Thad,
the size
give me
of the
another
foot
perception.
or...
Thad, give me another
Yeah.
perception check when you at that thought.
Going with
Hard to
that?
tell. But it doesn't look like there was a run up. It looks like the footprints don't look like somebody running.
Step.
It is short footsteps, like walking. And then there's they got to the edge, stopped. You see the footprints just planted side by side, like they're just standing there. And then the footprints on the other side look like a mirror of that, just like standing there on the other house.
Okay, I'll work my way back over to the edge and hop down to the group.
Yeah, you're
So,
you're able to follow the path that whoever this was took to get down there. So off the eaves of the house, there's immediately just like a, what's going on in there or outside? And the sheriff is like, official business, don't worry about it. Stay inside.
So whoever our strangely thin-bladed assassin is, definitely made their escape along the roof. However, it's a little weird. They didn't run, but I see that they landed across this road on the other roof.
So they're
That's
either- so it could be a dummy thick Olympian, or they teleported.
yeah, that looked like they landed in a bit of a pile, so it makes me think that they yeeted themselves. However, I do not have any evidence for this.
They could
It wasn't
be
stopped you
winged,
before, dear friend.
perhaps?
Hmm?
They could be winged, perhaps?
It wasn't me.
Why would
I-
it be you?
Well, I know we were.
I squint at Cora.
Well, I know we
Cora
were
squints back.
already. We already had some plans and things we were going to do, but this is now intriguing to me. I'm sure it's fine. My drone
Thad,
companion,
I
Scumboot,
think we
okay.
need to deal with your drone first, and then we can find out what's going on.
I feel fine. Let's go find this out first.
So the sheriff looks to you and he says, well, any type of help. You seem to be pretty traveled and experienced yourselves. So any type of help you can give us here in Bryn Shander, we appreciate. The name's Markham Southwell, sheriff here of Bryn Shander. He's just kind of in charge of this small city. So keep your eyes and ears peeled and come and find me at the city council hall, just to the south of you guys, by the kind of east of the stables. Yeah, that's where you can find me if I'm not patrolling.
Sounds like a
Pleasure to
plan.
make your acquaintance, and we will be in touch, I am sure.
He gives you a quick salute. If you need to
Hail
know
Scrooge.
anything here about this here town, we got this council hall down there to the south, town hall near the center square, right next to the market. If you need cheap, shitty iron blades and stuff, go to Black Iron Blades. They're not the best, but they get the job done for novice adventurers. But I don't know, you may want to stay away from there. But sounds like you're already trying to look for Nyanzaru trading goods, and they're near the center as well. If you're interested, you could go to the North Look. That's where the inn is, inn and tavern. It's a bit of a rowdy place, and well, they got the famous Old Bitey there, so it's kind of a sight.
Cholera looks very intrigued.
Old
Single
Bitey, you say?
Raise.
Old Bitey. Old
I
Bitey
just
the
wanna
knucklehead
earn
trout
title.
has a whole bit of a story. Just go in there, talk to Scramsax. He'll tell you all about it.
Thad, I think we're pushing your doctor visit off. I gotta see this.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. It's only squirming every little bit. I'm okay.
And last thing is the there's we got, as you said, Nyanzaru Trading Company. Also we got Nikki's Sorceress Scriptorium.
Bless you.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful. He's a former adventurer, has his own backstory of all kinds of weirdness. He'll tell you all about it, don't worry. But yeah, he's got scrolls for sale if you're interested. Oh, and
Also,
there's
that's
some...
still breed, so.
And we got, I don't know if any of you are religious folk or anything like that, but we got well, we do have a House of the Morning Lord, shrine to the God of Sun here in Bryn Shander. Kooks live there, but I don't know, gives people hope.
No, I seem to find comfort in the twilight and dusk. I will avoid that place. Thank you for letting me know.
No, screw that. I like it hot. Is it hot over there?
Well, they got a fire, yeah.
Oh, goody.
That's all you had to
So they
say.
have a fire at the tavern as well.
All right. Well, if you need to have a prayer to the Morning Lord to Amounator. I can never say the name right. It's fucking tough. But yeah, the rest of the Nyanzaru Trading Company and the Scriptorium are located in the Market Square, just to the northeast of you there.
Noted. I think as we start to turn away or separate and go off and do our thing, Thad stops for a moment and kind of looks like thinking, like, it kind of comes to like realization. Looks back to him. Don't forget, the truth is out there, and turns away and keeps walking with the group.
He gives you the look. He gives a look to Thad, who walks away, and he looks back to the rest of the group and just gives the kind of like, what the fuck, like face, just kind of like,
Yeah, and I give the like apologetic shrug.
yeah, like
If
when
you have the camera like looking at Thad's face as he's walking away at the group behind, and you guys are doing the fuck. Thad just has this like super like, oh yeah, I did a good thing there face, like, smiling. Yep.
Saved another one.
Thad's the
Thank you, our
homie
friend.
who leaves the bar super drunk at night and gives like this absurd word of wisdom to like the fucking bouncer as he leaves, and just like, brother, just look out for the ducks in the homeless patch. And you guys just like, what? And then the friends who are like semi-coherent like roll out afterwards, like, don't worry, we got him, it's fine. Cool.
We'll make sure he makes it home.
Yeah, he'll make it home. We got an Uber coming anyways. All right, so
I do have one question for him before we go.
yeah, of course.
A bit of an odd question, but is there anyone in town that makes non-metallic armor?
Good question. I mean, you could. Black Iron Blades does make non-metallic armor, but it's just. I mean, their blades suck butt, but you know, I don't know how good their armor is, but it's worth a shot if you want to talk with them.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Don't mention it. All right, Bert, Ernie, get that corpse out of here.
This is just by the end of this campaign, it's just gonna be the full cast of the Muppets.
Actually,
Rubber Ducky Murders.
I was actually thinking of the "It's a Wonderful Life" duo because they were the cops from
Oh, that's
Bert and Ernie. That's where the Sesame Street got the name from.
I had
Did
no.
you say Bryn and Ernie was from the Muppets?
They are Muppets, technically.
Well, yeah, Sesame Street is
But
a
they're not the Muppets.
Sesame Street is
They are.
part of
They
the
are.
Muppets.
Their race is Muppet. Excuse me.
No,
Their
they
race
are
is
part-
Muppet. Their
they
class
are-
is Sesame.
Yes, exactly. They are part of the Muppets, technically.
They are a Muppet of breed Muppet. All right, so the Bert and Ernie pick up the corpse and start to move it fireman style, following the sheriff back towards the city council, and you guys make your way to the center square. Even though it's a little bit like early evening, you can still see the market is still hustling and bustling. You can see the smoke from just north of you from the Black Iron Blades smith is filling the air. You can smell some nice kind of wafts of interesting foods and stuff from some of these stalls. And you definitely see, Mr. Thad, across the way there is a shop with interesting carvings and like signage that reminds you very much of what you saw in Goodmead, where the other Choltons settled. It's kind of like there's there's carvings and totems of ornate kind of almost dinosaur reptile things on the outside of this place, and surprisingly, what looks to be almost a greenhouse out back. Really odd, definitely in this kind of environment. You also see on the same square the other shop that the sheriff pointed out, the Scriptorium, the Sorcerer's Scriptorium. 2-story building. It has timber and brick, and it has the night there. It's well lit right now, and you can see a kind of just a small, just practical looking individual just walking around in there, putting books on shelves and arranging stuff behind his desk. So, where'd you like to go?
It's a great question.
Let's get your doctor thing taken care of.
All right, I'm sure I can go do it on my own if you boys want to go check out the other things and find more information.
It's too late. We
Brad,
already lied to
don't
this
you wanna
people
do that
here to
yourself?
support you.
I do, but I can, take care of my problem and then find you.
You know, it's
We
these
already
other
know about
doctors.
it.
Like, if you need a referral, we have to go now. Otherwise, it'll take forever for it to go through, and it's just we should go there first.
Yeah, we already lied to the stable boy that we were doing this together, so it's too late. Now,
All right, all right, fine. You make a good point. Okay, let's go.
All right, so you make your way across the square. You can, pushing yourselves. You're catching a few looks. You can tell that some folks here, like some of the citizens, can actually recognize you all. You've made a name for yourselves, not only from the work that you've done in 10 Towns itself, but just, the general kind of word coming back about some of your other adventures. Ends up that you make your way across the place and you see the single-story stone wall building, carved wooden doors, and you can see inside there's some wooden furnishings. Through the windows, you can see it's lit by like flasks of glowing oil set upon the shelves. And that as you pull open the door, you are blasted by what feels like a tropical humid jungle. Smell and temperature. Immediately you just start sweating.
Okay, this is gonna like this. I'll take a step in.
I'm waiting for him to complain that it's too hot.
It's just like my relatives from Sweden.
All right, you make your way in here, and you can see that there are bubbling. There, you can hear the bubbling of some sort of cauldron or pot behind this desk. The well-worn and carved furniture in here suits the place perfectly, and you see a gray-haired, leather-skinned individual pop her head up from behind this cauldron, holding 2 vials of some strange color liquid. Just, welcome to Alzaro Trading Company. My name is Isi. Welcome. Not often we have people coming in here. What can I do for you?
You are the easy I am here to seek.
Oh, so you've heard of me.
Yes, I pull up my log and look at it. You were mentioned by...
What the fuck? You carry a piece of... Wow, you are a unique individual. Wow.
I've been told that many times. Anyway,
no, just
someone from
looking at my
East Haven suggested I find you. I have a problem.
Oh, yes. You have a problem, do you? Well, she winks at you. I got some remedies of all kinds. Is it something in the bedroom?
He has
Is
a
it...
drone inside of him.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. That's a little bit more serious than erectile dysfunction. All right. Come on. Come inside. Don't let the cold air in. It's climate controlled for my plants.
Oh, that's why it's so hot in here. Okay, 1 second. I take off my heavy coat and just drop it on the ground. Now I'm like underneath.
There's a coat rack by the door.
A what?
Look. She points at the door where you see a cloak that's about her size there. Sheesh.
Yeah, you have a nice cloak. It's okay. I'm gonna just go, topless for now. It's hot in here. Anyways,
she
I'll
just
walk
like
over.
Pick up that jacket.
yeah, she shakes her head at you and just like, oh, okay. Well, come, all of you, come inside and make yourselves at home. Yeah, I have some, water if you need it.
You shouldn't tell us that. Critics might
Here
burn the
now.
place down.
Oh,
I will do no such thing.
Well,
So-
you thought of it as your home.
We'll try to keep the incendiaries to a minimum.
Cole,
That silence is very
let's not
loud.
open up with the arson story, okay? Let's ease into it first, okay?
well, I have
mean,
some.
To
I
be
got.
fair, one of those was an accident.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Just keep your fire to yourself, all right? I
usually
use
do.
fire for cooking some of my plants, but only in small amounts. What is ailing you, my half-orc friend?
Okay, so long story, but I'm fairly certain that I was implanted with a government drill when I was leaving.
No,
Oh shit! What's the name of the town again?
we were told
Luskin?
it was
Luskin?
Luskin. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were told
I
some
like to-
things. We were told other things. Someone said it was something called a slad, which I thought was just.
Her eyes
joke of my
immediately
name.
go wide when you say that. She goes, "Go sit. Hey, no, shut up and sit down. Get in this chair."
That's
okay.
a slad, Tad.
I said, Thad sits down, but he's like got his like his knees together. His like arms just like on his. You know how like Kronk sits when he's like getting, like nervous or whatever in that movie? He's like sitting there kind of like shoulders out, hunched over. That's Thad right now. I was like, oh, okay.
Don't get up. Don't get up. Wait, give me 1 second. She, goes behind the counter. You hear pling, 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 pling. She comes back out with what looks to be like a stethoscope, and of course the like crazy big Coke bottle glasses that like you could see a cartoon old lady wearing. I was like, okay, all right, open your mouth. Immediately she whips out some like small like small steel tweezers, grabs your tongue, pulls it out. Tongue is normal. But
I don't know
flop
where
back
that
into your
is.
mouth. Give me your knee.
Okay.
Give me your
He's gonna
knee.
put something. Oh, okay. There's my knee.
Takes out a small wooden mallet. Thunk! Hits you in your
Oh,
kneecap.
My leg goes flying out and kicks Cricks.
I'm not even near you.
Reflexes, yeah, no, somehow just
Wild about it.
It's the monk reflex that run across the room and kick you.
reflexes still intact. Okay, that's good. You're not too far along.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to dodge that for your reflexes, but you let it hit you.
I'm a good monk.
All right. She takes out what looks like to be a stethoscope with like these giant, almost kind of like conch shell headphones that she puts over her ear. Long, strange tube that looks like it's made out of some sort of intestines or something like that. And at the end of it, there is some sort of sucker-looking thing that looks to be made out of like a petrified flower or like a dried out flower. And she just, you don't mind? I need access to your bare skin, armor off. Or at least to the side.
No, he's an orc.
I think I've seen this one before, and I don't know if I want to be
That's
part
a
of
bad
this.
joke, Missy. Dang.
Well, we left our bear at the other place, so how are you gonna get to the bearskin?
You're all so stupid. Oh my god.
All right, fine. I'm already half naked anyway, so I'll just rip off my whatever the top, the monk top is. That's underneath the heavy coat. So now I'm
tearaway
truly,
shirt.
yeah. It's
I
more
just
like wrap.
imagine it's like a single ribbon around.
Yeah, it's like a
around
wrap
nipples.
around. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'll pull that off.
Sorry, I immediately thought of this. Thad stands up and goes, or that, yes. All right, so there's a sound of as this plant thing like suctions onto your skin. You realize it's actually kind of like still alive, and you can feel it like.
Are you sure you're not injecting me with more drones?
Shut
Wait,
up!
hold up.
Can't hear it.
Okay.
If you need, I can't hold him down.
There is you can hear like the camera zooms in on the headphones as everything else goes quiet. She can hear just like a. And then Thad, that's when you see, or everybody sees this shape, a la mummy, like go, like crawl along your chest, up over your shoulder.
So somewhere when she's listening, she hears Thad's inner monologue in the background, just echoing. Myers hot in here. I feel funny. She's
She
weird.
immediately, when it moves, she like stumbles backwards. Oh, fuck. This is bad. This is very bad. You indeed. It's not a drone, you daft idiot. It's actually a slad tadpole. You don't.
I know.
Yes.
I'll believe it when I see it.
You need to believe it, or else it's going to burst from your chest, and it's gonna rupture out of you, and it'll kill you in the process.
Okay,
Chews
that
up your
sounds.
insides, feeds on
Yeah,
you
that's
right before it hatches, to get nourishment, and then it comes out a beautiful baby slad, but not beautiful. It's terrible. Those things are awful.
Yes, that sounds suboptimal. I won't get it out. I was told you could help.
Well, luckily, I know that my market neighbor, he's last time I went and visited him for some tea, he said that he did have a scroll of Greater Restoration in stock, if you're interested in that. However, it's a little bit pricey. He does have a bit of a, monopoly in the town and in Icewind Dale for spell scrolls.
As this conversation is going on, Laura gives Demavan a look, and then kind of gestures to the door.
As you start to move out, she says, "But also, I do know a way to, have a serum that I can make. It's fairly difficult, but I never really get a chance to do it. So I'd be willing to make it for you, my half-orc friend. What was your name, by the way?"
I am Thad, son of Chad.
Oh, and you have a slad inside you. How poetic.
That's why I thought it was a joke.
Oh, well, it's not a joke. You need to take this very seriously. I can make this polyjuice. I can make this polyjuice if I have the ingredients. Most of them are here, but one of my shipments, shipment was being imported from Cholt itself, and, the ship apparently never made it here. The shipment is some dried herbs that, they should survive the cold if you can find them. If I had that, I'd be able to make the polyjuice for you and easy peasy cured. It might have some violent reactions of throwing up the thing, but it's better than it bursting from your chest.
Where would we find this herb?
The ship was the Dark Duchess. It was meant to arrive a few weeks ago, I believe, at this point, maybe a month. But nobody heard of it arriving at the port to the north, and I guess we assumed that it crashed somewhere out there. Rumors are that there was some shipwreck out there to the northwest of 10 towns, but nobody's been able to find the wreck itself.
Or we could buy the Greater Restoration scroll next door. Do we have the money
what
for
if-
that?
I think that's probably our better bet.
What if? Hear me out. I have a brilliant idea. So here's what we do: we wait like we just were until it does this little wiggly thing, and then I grab it, and then someone takes a knife and goes and just cuts it out, and then I worry about the wound later.
I won't lie, I was pretty tempted to do that when we saw it move. That was gross.
Wait, is that an invitation for us to cut you open?
Softly.
As a man of science, who am I to deny my friend's request?
Wait. Hold up. The way you said it makes me slightly uncomfortable.
No, it'd be great. We could document the whole thing, and like I'm sure we could publish it. Probably get a spot in like Orc Nature magazine or our journal, so you know.
Half-orc daily.
The gears turn slowly in Thad's head as he thinks about the types of papers that Hyrokin has written in the past. You know, I think I'll go with trying one of the other two options first, knowing that they exist. But if it comes to it, I'd rather try something like that than whatever else is going to happen.
Pretty sure this.
How about
Speaking
you eat
of which,
another
though,
worm, and then that worm eats the worm inside of you?
Wait, and then I can eat a crow, and the crow will eat that worm. And then I eat a cat, and the cat will eat a crow. Then I have to find a dog. I don't know if I can eat all that.
Long
time.
sitting.
You'll get hungry again.
Cora, you definitely recognize that name.
Uh-huh.
The voice in your head speaks up, kind of probing, and you can feel it just kind of like sitting in the back of your mind, smirking. And it's just laughs.
Cora's jaw is very...
well. Looks like maybe you might have to return. Should be fun. See some old friends, right?
How much do you think that scroll would cost us?
The EC looks over to you and says, "Well, last time that I saw the price tag, it was 16,000 gold."
I guess we're going to a ship then.
Oh, then we're gonna go.
Move on.
You think
have
we
another
can
option.
shit down to like? I look at my pack of 40 gold.
EC looks over to you and she says, "I think you underestimate the value of a greater restoration spell here in 10 towns. I'm pretty sure it's the only one in 200,000 mile radius. There's not many casters here."
200,000 miles.
I have 9 gold.
This whole town is like 2,000 feet wide based off of the scale at the bottom.
Wait, 9 gold? You guys are getting paid?
Shut up, you're warm. Enjoy it.
Demovan and I I'm sure we can acquire it somehow.
That
Wait, the way you said that makes it sound slightly less legal.
I don't know why you would think that there are plenty of legal ways to acquire something through the exchange of goods and services.
I'm sure no one would suspect the people that are literally asking for this one thing.
You watch as like EC is just kind of looking at you all with a little bit of suspicion on her face.
Right, I'll tell you what, if I need to sell my body on the corner to earn the money, I'll do it.
Cora is definitely like visibly panicking a bit.
But I do agree that this missing shipment may be a good place to start. Do you know how long I have until this thing begins to be a little less benign?
Yeah, from the looks of it, it's growing pretty quickly, but I'd still think you have a couple of weeks at that before it decides to burst horrifically from your chest.
2 weeks to find a ship seems reasonable.
I mean, I can just keep putting it to sleep. Like, wouldn't that work?
I don't think that
makes it grow more powerful.
Yeah, what if sleeping makes it grow up to be?
I'm gonna say, usually when I get a good night's sleep, I feel stronger in the morning.
Speaking of which, Mr. Thad is still at technically like 3 HP.
I'm like basically bruised and bloody.
Yeah, EC looks at you as well. She says, "Are you typically this beat up and disheveled?"
Yes.
Actually, yes. That's not even an exaggeration.
I am what you call the tank of the party. I take a lot of the hits, and I make it so I can protect my friends.
That's very
But
good
sometimes I get turned into a sock puppet momentarily.
So does one person have all of our gold pretty much?
I think Valhalla has it.
Lol.
Yes, you're right. It's in the bag of holding.
Yeah, we did shuffle that. I don't know how much we have total.
So,
but, it's not that much.
but as Valhalla starts to put her head in her bag of holding, looking for her money, EC does point out that she does that. If you are in need of some sort of healing, I do offer my homemade healing potions. they're pretty dang good, and well, cheaper than the normal. I sell mine for 40 gold apiece.
There, see, we can just take those, give those to Thad. The situation solved itself.
I
Are they gluten-free?
She points up. She points up into the like a gleaming case over the counter where there's a flask with like what looks to be almost it almost looks like the flask itself has ice around the outside, like condensing and frosting it. She says, "That one's good. Potion of frost giant strength, 7,000 gold." She raises her eyebrows, does like the eyebrow waggle.
I think we need 16,000 for a possible.
Thad looks back in his pocket and, oh, would you take 40 gold?
No! Yeah, well, that'll get you a healing potion.
How about this pocket lint I found when I reached into my wallet?
Very pretty, but maybe you can spend that at Black Iron Blades. Their shit's so cheap it falls apart after one fight.
That's a
I'm starting
terrible
to
move.
have
Man, we got the
thoughts
worst
about our coupon we have to that place.
You got a
Say we
coupon
got,
for
like,
that place? Oh, sorry.
Well, technically, we have a discount for life for saving those shipments.
Excellent. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't inspire a lot of confidence.
Oh, no. Everybody
Well-
here knows that Black Iron Blades is where the new Green Horde adventurers go to stock up before they head out into the wilderness. And usually those adventurers come back with bent blades, dented armor, and, well, shoes that fall
Hey.
apart.
Oh, you know what? We're going to do something fun.
I think they lied to us.
Because I keep hearing this. I'm actually... Should I do this?
Those
Yes,
bastards lied to
like-
us.
Yes.
Yeah, since this is now the second time or third time we've heard that those guys were terrible or whatever, Thad's getting very suspicious and realizes if only he could understand what she was thinking, maybe he would understand what they mean. And then realizes,
Oh.
probably
which one?
subconsciously, that
Why is your
can
head all
cast-
slimy?
it was like one little eye stalk poking out. It's
Yeah.
it was a gift from a friend. Also,
Oh, dude,
hold
it's
still.
that fucking the eye from Star Wars trash compactor. Just
Yes. It's just like, I'm gonna go ahead and try to cast detect thoughts
Sure.
on. I guess it's just free, right? It's a free action. Use an action. It doesn't cost anything.
Yep.
You get at least surface thoughts and then DC 13 if I can read her. Was it DC 13 against
Against her wisdom save.
wisdom? Okay.
Wisdom save. Yeah. Of course.
Something tells me this hag is pretty wise.
Probably. I just caution you to realize what you've
you
done by giving
think
Thad this helm.
You say, I think she's very wise, but she ain't shit but hoes and tricks. DC 15.
Yeah.
She does save.
So I
Yes,
don't.
it was.
Actually, that's a good question. Does she then knows that something was cast on her, right? If it fails.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh, actually, if you dig deeper, they know either way. You just don't actually get the info if they succeed.
So I mean, I use this all the time on Hamon, but I already forgot how it works.
I'll just put that there.
Actually,
Not that I would
yeah.
have that for any reason.
basically,
So if
yeah.
it
You probe deeper,
fails-
make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning.
So that means that I could just do that without trying to go deeper as a
Surface thought.
action.
Yeah, I literally do that on everyone all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do
Okay.
surface
Yeah.
thoughts
I mean,
on
that's
it.
the intent is to kind of get a little. I think this would probably be one of those like the first times that Thad's really
Yeah.
channeled this slug.
So her
yeah.
surface thoughts are actually, it's interesting. It's primarily it's concern. It's concern directed at you. She's genuinely worried for your health. And then the other thing there is the fact that she kind of finds it funny that you have a lifetime discount code for the Black Iron Blades, but also a bit of pity that that you have a discount for the lifetime discount at Black Iron Blades.
All right. But everything that I'm sensing surface thoughts above level, nothing that it sounds like everything we've been discussing.
Yeah.
So my suspicion is
no
ameliorated.
sus stuff there.
Yep. All right. Well, I will be suspicious of whatever they want to do to my Mr. Fisters. But in the meantime, I think we should go to try to find your shipment.
It would be
Although,
it'd be quite...
Probably take a nap first.
Yeah, correct, and if you need to, the North Look has rooms available. Most folks here, there's not a ton of adventurers in town at the moment, and most folks here have their own houses. And yes, I would greatly appreciate that shipment coming back. I haven't been able to make some of my better potions and polyjuices because I've been missing those catalytic herbs. Powerful stuff.
Herb would be a good bard band name.
Catalytic herbs? Nice, yeah.
Like you've been smoking some
How
catalytic
are we
herbs.
even gonna find, how are we even going to find a missing ship out in the bump up nowhere?
Trust the process.
Well, there's been whispers at the there has been whispers at the inn. North Look has quite a few patrons who go there to drink, and well, I've gone there for warm mug of mulled wine or two every once in a while, as an old woman does, and well, they speak of some strange things. The merchants and the hunters of 10 towns get out there. They say, I don't know, ask around at the inn, probably. Easiest way.
Yeah, those are just tavern rumors. Like, we can't believe anything that people say in there.
I can.
But it's better than nothing.
Or, we could find another way to get this scroll.
Why are you so dead set against going to the ship?
Maybe I just don't want to look for a ship for weeks and not know where we're going.
You look a little sweaty, Cora. Are you feeling?
Insight check.
There's also, as you guys are having this conversation, Demavend, you're a little bit distracted, but your attention still is on Cora. She's talking about this, but out of the corner of your eye, you see one of the squidlings like climbing up the wall, trying to get to one of the plants that are hanging from the ceiling.
Oh God!
Dad, watch your kids.
Oh my God! Where are the others? Like, get behind the one, ready in case it falls, and like look around for the others desperately.
The other ones luckily are in control by the other two gnomes, xenomorphs, so you're good.
Okay.
But one of them, of course, what's his name? Squirrelix, or whatever his name is. What the fuck was his name? He was just like...
One's Glard.
Ah, shit. What the fuck? His name was...
It's Glard. I wrote them all down.
Wait, it's not Glard. It's
Rix, Rin, and Glard.
Oh, Ziglard. You're right. Yes. Sorry. I thought you said Glard. I was like, no, it's Skrillex.
Ziglard.
Rin, Rix, Ziglard. Yeah, Ziglard is the one who's trying to climb on the ceiling.
Naturally.
Yeah.
The fact that he can differentiate the triplets is kind of indicative of fatherhood.
Okay. Yep. I mean, Demovan, you stare over at Cora. Definitely, there is just initial surface thoughts of panic and panic avoidance, deflection.
Yeah,
all of that.
I think I noticed too. With
I mean, she's Cora mentioned she's visibly nervous, twitchy, probably about this. I don't know. Cora, would you describe would your fidgeting or would your body language be betraying this?
Oh, absolutely. Cora is normally angry or passive, and this is not either of those.
Okay. Well,
I connect some dots in my head. Wait. I lean in and whisper, "Were you on that ship?"
Cora's gone. She stormed out.
Crix leans in and whispers, and just Cora's not there. There's just we just get the shot. You just get the shot.
Storm out after that because that's what I thought you were saying.
No, so you just get that shot as you're oh, and then you have that aha moment, Crix. You put the pieces together, you turn to say something to her, and then we just get the shot over your shoulder of Cora's cloak flapping as she leaves the you hear the door open and close.
Okay, I'd follow.
All right. EC says, well, if you do decide to come back with those herbs, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, your kids are weird. Why are they what the heck's going on with them? What are these small monks?
Look, they're very strong and beautiful, and I won't hear a word against them.
He's a first and father. It works. It's okay.
You have any idea how hard it is being a single father up here in the frozen north?
Don't they have 3 dads?
You're not here.
All right, so you find yourselves out in the marketplace. Cora, the cold air hits your face as you leave the humid interior of that like greenhouse plant room. Your breath blows into the air, plume of frosty breath. Stare up into the night sky, the snowflakes hitting your face, and you're having all kinds of emotions and memories flashback right now, for sure. You have a moment a moment before Crix comes after you. I would say she's behind me right now, but I would imagine that Cora, you ran out of the shop. Valhalla would immediately be on your tail with Crix following closely behind at this point. Okay. So there's a moment before anybody gets to you, Cora. What are you doing?
She's probably just trying to use the cold to, like, turn off some of the anxiety.
To numb yourself?
Yeah. Kind of like standing there, like not shaking hands, but like kind of flapping them a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Valhalla would be the first to get to you. I don't know, Valhalla, would you want to say anything?
Aura and her penchant to Aura. I'm here. I'll stay quiet.
Seeing that, Cora would like look at her, with, like a sigh, and put her hand on Valhanna's face and just, don't look at me like that.
Don't fall over, Erica. Holy shit.
I wasn't going to fall over. God damn.
Leaning backwards in the
I
chair.
wasn't gonna fall over. I was just close to the mic. I know what's going.
Cora opens her mouth and then sees Crix coming, and like her face steals a little bit and goes, "Yes, I'm quite well aware. I'm not alone."
Crix, back the fuck off. Val
No.
actually says the fuck.
Whoa.
Shit got real.
I
And then
think
Cora takes a step back.
yeah.
Sorry, Cora, you weren't meant to hear.
Oh no!
If you're so aware that we're here for each other, then why do you keep so many secrets?
Crix, I don't think it's the time for that. Can you?
I think now is the perfect time for that.
I think you need to back off.
At this time, probably the
I
rest
think
of the
I've-
party is also arriving.
I was like, Thad pokes his head out the door. Wait, where'd everyone go?
I believe they're all inside arguing over Cora's secrets.
Oh, let's go.
I think we've spent enough time backing the fuck off, Valhalla. I think we need some answers.
Well, I'm sorry that not all of us wear our failures on our fucking sleeves.
Hell yeah.
Mine's inside me.
Whether or not you wear it on your sleeve does not change the fact that it affects us all, and we deserve to know.
She continues to glare and then just says, "Feel free to go find the ship whenever you want." And then she goes to look for that shop.
Yeah, I am also looking for that shop.
The spell shop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's right next door. It's literally like on this map. You can just call it right. You see it. The lights are still lit up.
I'm on her, like.
Yeah, well,
I'm
Valhalla.
on her heels as
Yeah.
much as possible without being.
Also, I think during that encounter or that engagement, as Val or Cora walks off, Thad's actually gonna look over at Crix. Something seems off with his insistence here. I want to see if maybe like an insight check to see what he's. I have to be specific here. I think Thad's been sort of seeing a change in Crix's behavior, and now is trying to understand if there's something going on here. Like, where is this insistence on her secret or whatever it is coming to the front?
I mean, I was insistent on everybody's secrets coming forward.
But we haven't seen
he's
any
been
catalyst
pretty-
for this one.
Been pretty
Well-
much in your face most of the time.
Yeah, this is legitimately she was nervous and obviously hiding something.
Ah, that's another reason Thad. Okay, yeah, Thad's realizing something about you now. I don't think I need to roll anything about this. You will see Thad kind of watch you for a minute.
What?
Nothing. Let's go find that scroll.
We don't have the money for it.
I don't care.
The ship.
And by
is
that
the
I mean
better option.
we'll go find the scroll, and then we can't buy it, and we'll boohoo, and then we'll go find the ship. But for now, I'm following the rest of them.
Right. So the party bursts through the door of Nikia's sorceress scriptorium. And inside you see the smooth stone floor, and this individual in here, kind of frail, bookworm type of guy, is behind the desk as you all burst in. He goes, "Oh, hello. Welcome to the sorceress scriptorium. My name is Nikia. Welcome. Whew. There's a large group of you. Oh my. Okay. What could I do
You
you
guys scroll
for?
of Greater Restoration.
I need to get rid of a slide.
Oh god. Cobra's Big Bird.
Oh my. The scroll of greater restoration. It's quite expensive.
And
Wait.
I think you need to understand who we are.
Will you take 40 gold?
It
Thad,
can
we're
be
not
a
here to
down
lowball.
payment for it. I gotta run a business here. It's kind of hard being a spell scroll seller here in the frigid north. Not many people can afford it, and when they do afford it, they really, really need it.
Ulrich glares at him and goes, "You have spent the last several days saving your podunk towns from bullshit after bullshit.
I understand that. I definitely do, but 16,000 gold is quite a lot. If you have the gold, I'd be more than willing to part with the scroll."
I just want to let everyone know, Cora very much looks like she's ready for a fight.
Cora just kind of put a hand on her shoulder, like, it's okay. We don't need to go beating up the nerds here. It's fine.
As you do that, Thad's just like, wait, what's a down payment?
It's you pay some money early on, so then later you can pay the rest of the money after you've already acquired the goods and services, and you totally don't flake on them.
Oh, by down payment I meant it's a layaway. You still got to pay me for the full thing before I give you the scroll. But
That's still staring blankly.
you can see he's looking quite nervous. He says he looks at Cora, who's looking quite antsy. He's like,
You know, it's really a shame how flammable scrolls are.
Cora turns on Chris.
Wait, what's going on here? We're just trying to get rid of my slad. Where's all this coming from?
you can
imagine-
see
That was deadpan, like full on deadpan. Like there's no threat in his voice. It's just deadpan tricks.
Indeed, they are quite flammable. I do not want any trouble, but I do not want to have to call the sheriff either. This is a
Oh, I think
legal.
you misunderstand me. I just was making an observation.
Understood,
Also, I'm
but your
pretty sure
friend,
we're working
your
for the
friend here
sheriff.
is. I'm feeling a little bit threatened by. I'm sorry.
You
That's-
should be.
That's just her demeanor.
She's not socially acclimated to the north yet. She's used to just talking to.
She's a
Our
sailor.
Is warmer.
You can see a few people in the market square are kind of looking in the direction of the shop, as the conversation is definitely loud enough, and the scene was pretty significant enough that you see these people leaving one shop, running into the middle of the market, having a pretty loud conversation there, and then running suddenly into another shop where you can see like wild gestures and stuff like that. Hyrokin, you're probably the one near the kind of like entrance. You can see like 2 or 3 people like looking, doing like the whole like whispered conversation, talking to each other, like turning, like peering into the shop, looking their heads around stalls and looking at in your direction. And then one of them goes off down an alleyway, and you can see that she talks to a guard.
Let's
Cora, you need to stay calm. We will figure this out.
And you need to shut your
Cora,
fucking
Cora.
mouth.
Yeah, let's I believe there's a phrase we had back at the academy. It was slow your roll. So let's hold up a little bit here. We can resolve this without having to threaten legitimate business.
Where do you get off telling someone to calm down? Have you ever told someone to has anyone ever told you to calm down in a situation where you're not calm and it actually works? Because if that ever fucking works, then you need to back the fuck off too.
It's not
I literally go into a rage and then calm down after 6 seconds of not hitting something. So yes, yes, I do.
Just have to say,
fucking late.
just here, listen, monk thing. Say serenity now.
There's you hear the sounds of heavy footfalls, like steel-clad boots coming into the square.
I'm imagining this scene as like Demovan is like looking over like glass cases and shit, like very thoughtful. There's a guard in his arms, and then right behind him is just this chaos of everyone screaming at each other.
Yeah, that's part of it.
There's a lot of pointing
Oh,
from Val.
because people have seen, at least the group has seen Cora do it. There's like a black mist dancing on her fingers, very obviously about to drop darkness, and who knows what else.
I would like to attempt to pick up Cora and physically carry her out of the shop.
I'm sure that's not very difficult.
Probably not.
I was gonna try to hold her.
Oh, cute.
You can do that too while I pick her up and carry her out. Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's have an athletics check from Mr. Hyrokin then.
I'm using inspiration on this.
Could just rage again.
Oh, I could get if it fails, I'll get mad about it. But sure.
On the butt maiden.
Butt
All right.
maiden.
Go ahead, Cora.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it's not hard for Hyrokin to pick her up, but as she like immediately pulls back to punch him, and Bahana holds her hand, she just like angrily stops.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a little bit of Hyrokin being like, "Oh, don't do that, Missy."
Yeah,
I see what happens.
As this all starts, Thad kind of gets up like to intercept it as well and stops as things calm down. Okay. I don't know
Is
what's
our
going
group
into the
gonna
water.
divorce now?
I feel like we all drank the goofy juice today. I don't know what's going on.
As Hyrokin drags carries Cora out of the shop with Valhalla following next to Cora holding her hand. You see the Nietzsche, he looks around and goes, oh, good. I didn't want any trouble. Demovan, you're now like the only one left in the shop.
I think Thad's in the door, like holding open, looking in, looking back, or like out, looking back to Demovan.
I apologize for that. They've had a rough day. Did you look at Thad over there? We call him a tank because it looks like he actually got run over by a tank. But could we physically see this scroll of restoration? We have great need. We've been looking for a while. If we could just see it and confirm.
He narrows his eyes and he just says, "Money first. Sorry. After what I just saw, I'm a little bit distrustful. Apologies."
The 40 gold down payment's not going to work now.
Shakes his head. No.
God damn it, Cora. And Thad goes outside.
It sounds to me like you don't appreciate the protection that we offer.
There's you now see the sheriff followed by 6 guards are coming into the marketplace just right by you guys.
Not there, but oh my God, stop trying to threaten this guy.
Your threats, you do an interesting job of like, this is not a threat. Like, no, but this sounds like a threat. Like to anybody, this would sound like a threat.
That is Crix as a character.
Yeah, of course. So like, as you're saying that, you feel a gloved hand on your shoulder, and you turn around and you see the sheriff, and he just says, "We know that you are a honored guest in this town, but
Please do not trouble our merchants. I don't want to have to kick you out of Bryn Shander or have you spend the night in the drunk tank, even though I can tell you're not drunk. Just a little bit feisty.
I'm not feisty, though. I'm just...
Who's feisty here?
He's just a little fiery.
Yeah, I point over to Cora, like, kicking and screaming. And...
Every party member points to someone else.
Spider-Man's pointing at Demo-Man somehow.
Yeah.
So
I just simply have been being disrespected by this shopkeep.
the shopkeep, Nietzsche says, they want to... They're asking for the Scroll of Greater Restoration, and they don't have the gold for it. Kept under lock and key. I'm not going to be getting out for them.
We just want to make sure that it's real before we buy it.
Of course it's real. And then at this point, like, you can see the shopkeep is getting heated. So the sheriff steps in and he just says, all right, I understand there's a lot of misunderstanding or something going on here. Just, please, we're not going to do this right now. Why don't you head to the inn? It's the best place for you at the moment.
I agree with this, actually. I could use a nap. Why don't we go, Crix? And everybody else, we should go to the inn now.
Thad, give me a perception check.
Crix is gonna narrow his eyes at Thad there.
I was in there, arms crossed behind the sheriff. Perception 8.
Okay. Actually, what's your passive perception?
11.
Okay.
No, sorry, 12. It's actually 12.
All right, it's enough to notice that you see something down this alleyway that somebody was watching you from down at the end of the alleyway, like far down, probably like 50 feet away. And for a moment, they're not trying to hide, like they're in the darkness of this alleyway, but they're they don't care if you saw them.
Huh. By the way, does this help me get a better vision of them?
What? Eyes of the Night? Oh yeah, for sure. And with that, when you notice, when you look down there, you can see this person has piercing ice blue eyes.
Oh, is that like what we've seen with the zombie fucks?
No, those guys have faces made of light.
Oh, that was just a light face. Okay, never mind.
This guy almost has like piercing ice blue eyes that glow in the dim light.
And he's just silhouetted in the end of this hall or alleyway, looking at us.
Yeah,
not
and then
leaving.
He sees that you see him, lingers for a moment, and then quickly steps away.
I just mentally go through my list of people I've seen. Does it match any profile of anyone I've seen recently?
No.
Okay. I don't say anything.
Okay. Excuse me. I keep choking on my own spit. This is where we'll take a break. As there's now like basically a small police cordon in the marketplace here around the newly arrived adventuring party. You got the shopkeep. You got Nietzsche fucking having a strong worded conversation with the sheriff at the door of the shop. You got the other guards just kind of standing there. You got the Bert and Ernie policeman just kind of like awkwardly trying to like disperse people from looking on here. This is basically just like an argument at a bar going on. But yeah, we'll take a break here as we will return in just a moment. So go get snacks, go get drinks, and then we'll have more fun. All right, we'll be right back with more D&D after these messages.
Yo.
Doesn't seem like it.
We're still down 3, I think.
You bloody what?
We're down 2, I think. Porkins and Thad.
I just wrote a script for a YouTuber about splitting the party and why you should do it.
Well, you should do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I don't like splitting the party because I have the attention span of a squirrel. And when we split the party, I space out, and then I forget that I'm playing a game.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Echo.
Right.
Yes.
I
Thad,
can
you
tell you
back?
about the neighborhood squirrels.
Thad. Thermit.
Thaddeus!
Thermit the frog. Thermit. Thermit.
Oh, I don't think he's back.
monk here.
Thermit.
Trying to tell you how to be a ragdoll.
Thermit.
It's not easy being green.
Oh, I'm on a log. Thermit. Thermit.
Is there a frog on a log at the bottom of the sea?
Frog in a bump on a log in a hole in the bottom of the sea.
Thermit. Wood. There you go. That's alter ego. Coming in. Thermit! Thermit!
God
Like
dang, this is already session 24?
Yeah. Only. I guess already or only. It's up to you to decide what that means.
I mean, when I ran this campaign, it was 26 sessions, so...
Yeah, we fuck about.
Oh.
Ooh.
Nah. We spend the exact amount of time on everything that we should.
Yep. I agree. Alright. Where the heck is this dude at? Thermit, did you fall down the stairs? Fall in the toilet?
I bet you dollars to donuts it's something related to cat poop.
I was gonna say he's gonna come back. The first word out of his mouth is gonna be something.
Oh,
about
cats farted and shitted everywhere.
Okay, I'm back.
Cats fart and shit?
Nope, it's trash night and forgot a lot of stuff and it took a while.
Ah, dude, the joys
Waste
of...
disposal, kind of related to cat poop.
Yeah, but
There
also
actually
also joys
was
of...
2 weeks worth of cat poop that we had to put in there because we had stored cat poop because we didn't have a trash can for a week. Forgot about it. It was sitting in bags in one of our bathrooms, and then we just unloaded it all into this trash can tonight.
Did you guys not have trash cans provided for you?
Nope, we had to reset that up.
Huh.
With the ecology department. Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. All right.
Yes, cat poop
Okay.
was involved.
Well, we are back at it as there is the scene of kind of commotion and I don't even know what else. Just this craziness in the lovely marketplace here. There is, though they're not on the map, you do see the sheriff basically trying to calm down the shopkeep on one hand. You got the guards all around, just standing around, making sure that bystanders and folks like that don't do anything. And the sheriff yells out the door to the party, just, "Why don't you just get your asses to the North Look for the night? Grab a glass of mead there and just, go and see old Bitey. Come on, just don't make a commotion. Don't make more trouble for me than I already have."
That seems like a great idea. We do want to see old Bitey, everyone, right?
That's why we came here, right? Like, we're only hanging out for old Bitey.
I need a nap.
You look like you need a nap.
Yep.
All right.
You look like you need a hospital.
Well, the hospital said that they were going to charge us 40 gold for a healing potion, so he's getting a nap.
That's actually cheaper than most healing potions.
A lot cheaper, yeah.
Well, not a lot. It's
Yeah.
10 gold
Gold,
It
cheaper.
doesn't change the fact that I have 9 gold in my name.
Ah, indeed. All right, so whoop, not there. Back to Bryn Shander. So, Hirokin, you're still carrying Cora, and Valhalla is awkwardly walking at the side of you while holding Cora's hands. When do you put her down? / is Cora just submitting at this point to being carried?
I'm basically just carrying her until we're at least out of line of sight of the shop.
Until the temptation is gone. Okay, fair enough.
And as we're walking, it's like, all right, Cora, you cool your tits. Stop trying to. What's gotten into you with over this? Like, you're usually the one who keeps Val in check, and now it's like suddenly you're just, what's the deal?
She promises she won't punch anyone, she says, as you put her down.
I have seen.
Will you
do a
kick
lot worse
them,
than that.
bite them, scratch them, claw them, fang them, or
It's
any other sort of
It's
harm
understood. We'll
causing?
read it from Discord, not a problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
It will not punch them.
Yeah, okay. You're standing right here, Missy.
All right, so you make your
Okay.
way.
I request you put me down.
Are you going to cause violence on people?
I will not lay my hand upon another person.
Or
Evasive statement.
things.
Your evasive answer is not convincing.
I have seen you stab a man, so
Val's
Oh,
still
here
holding
is
her
what-
hand, and Val's just like, "Ooh, cool." Good
What?
count.
I said what I meant.
I know.
At
That's
this
the
point,
problem.
there's a ringing in Demovan's ear. Bling
Uh,
bling bling
ma-
bling bling
ma-
bling.
oh,
Oh.
the stone.
The sending stone is vibrating more or less.
Hold it up to my ear, or however it works.
Okay, so you pick it up and a message comes through and it says, in the kind of monotone robotic voice, "Hello, have not heard from you in some time. We have tracked down the cauldron, but took a detour to town with problems in mine nearby. Found strange crystal. Have it in possession. Going back to Targos. Bye."
Sounds like they might have found that crystal we're looking for.
Immediately, you see the little Jawa eyes glow in the hoods next to you.
It's an A crystal.
Crystal,
It's an
what?
A crystal.
Hey, well,
They weren't specific.
can you ask them about specifics?
I can, but we got like 20 words or so. Is there anything else we need to know?
Ask
And
them if they
also-
start to ask them if they started to hear a strange if they've started to hear a strange sort of distress signal in the meantime. We can think about it later. It's important, but it's not important. Let's get out of the cold. It's freaking freezing.
Let's assume that they, and not I, but they don't know what a distress signal is. How should I announce that to them?
They should be hearing blaring horn in their head, along with a loud warning announcement that the Nautiloid is down and that send help immediately.
Okay, that does help.
Yes, and Hirokin, you just continuously hear, "I request you put me down. Put me down. Put me down. Put me down."
Okay.
I would not put her down.
I'm gonna tell Hyro. I'm just gonna. I'm here. I'm gonna.
You're still, yeah. She's
So
still holding
I'm,
her
I'm
hand.
still gonna be holding. Hyrokin does put her down. A tight.
It's the mom grip.
The one
Holding
hand
the
on
wrist.
shoulder.
No, it's not holding the wrist. It's like intertwined fingers. Like
Oh,
I've
okay.
got you. Like I'm
I-
here. Not going anywhere. Not letting you go anywhere.
I propose a compromise. I would let Cora go from like the bear hug carry to just like the one. Val has the one hand holding on really tight, then Hirokin will take the other one, and we'll just start swinging arms.
You'll do the Wizard of Oz.
Hirokin grabs
Wizard-
his wrist.
Big
They just
kitty
start
paw.
Big kitty paw just embraces.
I will send back into the stone that we made it successfully to Bryn Shander. Inquire if the crystal is speaking anything about a nautiloid and making strange sounds.
Ask if they have 16,000 gold.
Ask if we could take out a small loan of 16,000 gold. And then stay safe.
Okay. Alrighty, so it takes you not too long to walk down the now more darkened roads, still lit by the lanterns, but you reach the north gate and you find an inn and tavern at the end of the street here, the North Look. You can see that the sign hangs above the door. It seems that there are folks already inside on this cold night. You can see a chimney above with smoke billowing out of it, and the sound of song and drink coming from inside. Warm glow of the windows welcomes you.
I think we should all head into this fine establishment, take a deep breath, order a drink, sit at a table, stare each other across the table into the eyes, understand what's happening, and then go take a nice night's sleep, okay?
To Cora's joy, probably, as you start to approach it, the door bursts open and a burly individual throws another person out by the seat of their pants.
That's what you get for cheating at cards, you son of a bitch.
The guy's just like, wah! Head over heels into the snow.
Does it look like somebody Cora would cream immediately?
Does it look like who? The guy who just...
The guy that got tossed.
Oh yeah, it's like a little scrawny dude.
Then what about the other one?
Big burly dude, scarred up, big grizzled beard.
Cora lifts her head past Hirokin's and goes, "You want to fight?"
So which one?
The big one.
He looks out he squints his eyes into, out into the darkness of the street, and he says,
Well, it wouldn't be good for the proprietor of this here inn to fight their patrons, but I would more than welcome you inside. If you do get rowdy, however, I'll have to throw you out like this ruffian over there. Name's Scram Sacks.
I made a promise about not punching anybody, but we can make do.
Wait, I immediately like you because your name is awesome.
Yeah, actually, we were told to meet you for a big old bitey.
Oh, you're here to see old Bitey, are you? All right, come on inside. Get out of the cold. Come on. Get in here.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Alright, so entering the building, you can immediately get the warmth, and it's the warmth of a lovely tavern, as you see people sitting at tables, drinking mead, all that good stuff. The warmth of the fire immediately hits you. Definitely different than that like strange humid heat of the plant shop. And immediately as you enter the bar, you see there is, stuffed and mounted on a plaque above the hearth in the common room, there's a battle-scarred knucklehead trout, looking like this.
Of course, there's a handout. Why wouldn't there be a
Yeah.
handout?
That's a thick-ass boy. Look at that head. My God.
I would immediately inquire about a room.
All right,
Looks
Scramshanks looks over and goes,
Oh, no, a room. Oh, yeah, of course. 1 silver a night for room and board.
I give him 1 silver.
Excellent. All right, well, welcome to the North Look. One and only inn and tavern here in Bryn Shander, and the best one there is. Welcome. Have a nice drink if you want it. We got ale, and we got some bar food and some good old warm, hot soup.
I, in fact, do think all of us of our happy little party here should take a nice seat at a big table and have a drink together before we retire for the evening.
I do require clarification, though. Do you mean if I start a ruckus, you will fight me?
Oh,
You're not
I'll
allowed
try.
to punch back. That was part of your promise, so you get to just take it on the chin.
I promised I would not lay a hand on any person.
You said you wouldn't punch.
It's written down right there in the Discord. I can see it.
I have a record.
I would like the key to my room, please.
Yeah, Scrumshanks hands you the key. Just kind of dingy iron key. He says, let me see, which one is this? He unhooks it off of the key ring at his waist. Oh, third door upstairs. Third door to the left.
I nod, thank you. And I will go up to my room.
Okay.
Bad watches you leave.
Crix, as you leave, you start to make your way to the stairs. And there is like the stairway is kind of a two-tier stair where it kind of goes up and then makes a left, or it makes a left and heads up another 5 or 10 steps. There is a table that is underneath the stairs in the dark, kind of a little bit more of a hidden thing. As you approach the stairs, you hear psst. Psst.
I glance that direction.
You see a leather, like a well-dressed, though still in cold weather gear, drow sitting at the table there.
I sigh, and I'll walk over.
Okay.
Yes.
The individual scoots over, points at the seat next to him.
I'll roll my eyes and sit.
Have a seat. So, how is your task going? Garlaxle is curious about your progress. You immediately notice the you see on like almost sort of hidden, but he makes it apparent, the sigil of the Brigandareth on his chest.
It's going. We've had some distractions, but we're working on it.
Well, any news that I should deliver back to Jarlaxle?
I mean, there's the sunblight that might be worth noting.
Heard of such rumors. Duergar, correct?
Indeed. They are trying to unleash some form of weapon. I believe it was a dragon made of Shardlin is what they're trying to accomplish up here.
Takes a drink of his ale, puts it back down. Sounds terrifying, and if, for what I understand, their attack succeeds, then the North will be just as inhospitable as it is right now, if not worse. So, if that is your current task, continue on. Garlaxle will approve of this.
Very well. I do think it is important we get that out of the way first.
I will be here for the next few days if you need anything. Garlaxle still has his connections up here. And if there is anything that you and your party would like to communicate to Jarlaxle, I can do such.
I'm not sure about what anyone else would have you send, but that's all I have.
He nods.
Do you need to discuss with the rest of the group? I point in their direction where I'm sure there's some sort of ruckus being made already.
Yeah, you look over and you can see that there's a gaggle of townsfolk that are now very curious about these folks that have just come in. Large cat, strange winged creature, a very brightly colored elf, a half-orc with a half-orc monk looking at his dude, and a bunch of these strange little monks, strange little acolytes that are in the room as well.
Also, Thad is aggressively trying to get everyone to have a mug in their hand because his approach is, if everyone's busy drinking, they're not busy causing a ruckus. The later part that what it leads to this is, it's he doesn't think that far ahead.
Okay.
Fair.
Crix,
Thad not thinking ahead. Got it.
For Crix, the individual, he doesn't give you his name. Doesn't seem to want to, but he gives you a look of like, if you'd like to leave, you can leave.
Yep, I nod. I stand up. And now I go to my room.
Okay, so you head up the stairs to your room. Those who are down there in the common room, you overhear. There's a bunch of people like talking to you, asking you questions, all those types of things. But Demovan and Hirokin at a table nearby, you hear. You look and you can see this well-dressed individual. Kind of he has a merchant look to him. You know, some well-made clothes, a leather vest. Looks like he is some sort of trader. And you can overhear him talking almost too loudly. And you can see there's like 5 or 6 mugs of empty mugs at his table, and the guy's in the cups, obviously quite drunk at this point. And he's slurring his words and he's bragging. He's saying, "I'll never be sacrificed to Oral. Bryn Shander sacrifices humans, but that's just stupid. We don't. I'll never be with somebody who does that." Yeah, but you know a little secret. For the lotteries that pull the names, I just pay off the people that have the names there. They take my names out of the cup every time. Easy peasy.
Well, that's surprising.
And he, raises a glass and to his companion there at the table, and gives like a drunken cheer, spilling some of it on the floor. And he says, "You're such a nice guy. You're giving me all these beers. I don't it's so nice of you." Demovan, you notice that the other individual is not drunk at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does the guy giving him drinks look like?
You look over. It's a individual with like also well dressed. Looks to be of some money or means. A very chiseled, handsome-looking face, slick back, like very blonde hair, and piercing blue eyes.
I want to tickle his brain and see if I can feel ill intent or curiosity or.
Immediately, as you tickle his brain, as it were, there is a immediate feeling of ice cold. Ice cold hatred, and this ice cold hatred and purpose, I would say.
Okay.
And like you shake that off, like you look at it, and like it's shocking to you how like single-minded
it feels
this,
wrong.
Yeah, how single-minded this individual is. And you shake it off, and like Hirokin, you're looking at that in that direction. There's just as the companion is like kind of looking into his mug, swaying back and forth drunkenly, a smile, a very unnerving smile creeps across the blue-eyed individual's face.
Oh, this is like psychopath smile sort of thing going on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh.
You're still holding Cora.
No, you've been put down. We're holding hands now, like we're Wizard of Ozing it.
Cora's been put down, but your hands are being held currently.
I'm just proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
yeah, if wants to be let go, then that's up to those two individuals. By the way, if there is anybody who had any like hit dice or anything like that, you could have rolled some of those hit dice on the way home, so that you don't have to be as boo.
I am out of hit dice.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Yo.
Cool.
So we have received a short rest. Technically.
Yes, technically a short rest between the bullet fight and arriving at Bryn Shander.
Sorry, I have 1 hit dice left.
Okay.
3. Nice.
Okay, then. So there would have been there would have been something from Valhalla. She's saying something to me over my shoulder. Valhalla actually has a decent amount of spell slots left. So did you say Cure Wounds? You have 2 level 1 and 1 level 2. Cure Wounds is more, yeah. Oh, okay. You'll use the last level too. Okay. So, Thad, you get her with her free hand. She shakes up a vial, and just plunks it into your mouth. For 12 hit points.
All right. Ooh, that was bracing. I'll chase it with my ale.
I tried that around.
It's raspberry. It's a Jello shot.
Okay, maybe chasing with ale was the wrong choice. That's a strange, bitter sensation. Oh well. I feel a lot better now, thank you.
Okay. What do we got? Well, I don't know. Demovan, what would be your reaction to that? Not Mahana force feeding.
Yeah, no, very good, Mahana.
Yeah.
I think I would walk past the chair of the determined man and try to like bump it and like spill my drink a little, like on him.
Okay. Yeah. You do that, and why don't you give me a sleight of hand, just so it's kind of like to make it seem like an accident.
Yeah. Like, oh, hey, whoa, hey.
You can make it like infomercial obvious, or
okay. Yeah. It's not ridiculously
what do I do
obvious.
With all this drink?
It's not ridiculously obvious, but as in like he knows it was you, obviously, and I think you were meaning for that to happen. But it does look like it's relatively like an accident. This guy's attention is very much on this drunken individual with him. This guy stands up, kind of like pushes back his chair suddenly, and grinds across the floor. There's that squeaking noise. There's a brief moment of quiet in the bar as as everybody kind of like holds their breath, seeing that you've like spilled beer on this individual. The bartender or the proprietor, he takes a look over. Yeah, Cora is hissing, yes. So yeah, there's a moment of just quietness. Scramsack looks over, kind of just gives like a little bit of like a eyebrow raise, and this individual goes, "Pardon me, you seem to have dropped your ale in my lap."
I'm really sorry. I start like patting him down, like trying to like dry him off. And as I'm doing, I'm trying to, like,
it is absolutely fine. It is okay. It is just an accident.
I'm just in my cups. It's just
yes.
I didn't mean.
Yes.
And as I'm doing, I'm trying to like look him up and down. Anything for symbolism, scar, anything that
give me a
stands
perception
out.
Check.
Yep.
Are you touching his brain?
Are you touching his brain?
I guess would be, yeah.
You, I mean, as you're that close to him, it doesn't take. It's not hard to see on his neck. There is a faint, almost kind of powder blue mark of a snowflake on his neck.
Okay, well, just take note of it again. Continue like drying him off.
It's very much really okay. You can leave me alone now, please.
I'm sorry. Let me get you a drink. I was very.
No, it is okay. I believe that I have already had enough tonight. So has my friend.
Yeah. All right. Beyond me to turn down a drink, but you got it, sir. Have a good night.
He sits back down at the table, and kind of just looks over at the companion once again with a very intently looking at him. Less of a grin on his face at this point, and more just kind of having more quiet conversation with.
Okay, I'll just sit back and not order another drink at our bar or table, wherever we're at.
Okay. I think the next thing that you see happening is once again another just more people coming in, but another figure enters the door, kind of like lurches in, awkwardly walking, hood all the way up over his head and face, and awkwardly brushes the snow off of his shoulders, and then sits his butt down, literally almost like it looks like he falls into the chair at the entrance. Just kind of sits there, and Kalis, you can feel his stare, like looking at you very intently.
Hello.
You actually say anything to him?
Hello.
There's no response from him, but you can still feel the gaze in your direction.
He's just sitting there menacingly.
He is an awkward fellow.
Your companions, they look to you, those who are still down there, and kind of quietly inquire, "This place seems pretty hospitable, but pretty violent.
I don't know. It might be a good place for us to lay low. We do have some coin, but it is not of this world. I don't know if they will take that money.
What's it made of?
It's made of gold.
Oh, they'll probably take it.
Oh, okay. Our translators are on correctly right now, correct? We are speaking common tongue.
Sounds like it to me, doesn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Okay. They all steel themselves and they walk up to Scramsack. Because we have one room for human individuals, please. Scramsack just like absentmindedly just like yeah. One room. Vorn. Will this suffice? He just plonks this like small dinner plate or small like I would almost call it like medallion-sized piece of gold on the table, and Scramsack looks at it and just goes. Like, you can visibly see him just, like, gulp and swallow. He, like, looks around the room and quickly puts his hand on top of it and goes, yeah, that'll suffice. Where the fuck you get that type of gold? Yeah, here you go. He takes a key off of his, key belt and just says, how long are you gonna need the room? A night? Or what? And they just respond, like, how many nights can this pay for? You tell me. Our friends here are going to be, we'd like to stay for a while, I believe. We'll let you know. And Scramsack just looks back at him and is just like, yeah, well, whatever. Let's just, you stay out of trouble and, your boy Scramsack will look out for you. Go ahead.
Oh, Cora said I refuse when you said stay out of trouble.
He looks over at you, just kind of casts you a quick glance, looks back. Your friendos, the squid boys, start to head upstairs. One of them looks back in your general direction. Demovan just kind of as a sign of just like a little wave of being like, hey, we're going up.
I just take note of them, let them head up.
Okay.
Nod.
Okay, so unless anybody wants to do anything else, the night stays relatively quiet here. I know we got Korra being held onto from both sides by Hyrokin and Valhalla. Korra, if you want to do anything about it, you're more than welcome to.
Go ahead first.
I think Dad had stuff he wanted to.
Well, I would say I would take advantage of this restrained situation to have a conversation with everyone who's here, which would just be the 4 of us. 5 of us.
5.
Because
everyone
Chris is here. Yeah, so it's definitely the fake smile, the fake orc smile looking around at everyone. And then after a while, things kind of settle down. He'll just go snap back to the frown, put the mug down, lean in. What is going on? I need to understand what is happening. I am trying to seek out what is behind all the evil in this world, but we keep trying to cause our own problems. Korra, I'm not Crix, but I do want to understand. I will get to Crix later, because there's something fucky going on with him, too. I will give you an opportunity.
Noticed, huh?
I'm a very perceptive individual, but I'm also very tact. I will not speak of things unless I think it's absolutely necessary. I look around. My point is, why? Why now?
Why what? Also, can I please stop being treated like a child? And she lifts both of her hands up in the air.
No.
Okay. Does Valhalla put her hand down? It has to be stop being treated like a child.
Man.
Val looks hurt. Okay.
You were treated like a child.
Ah.
I could barely hear that.
She said the only reason that you were that she thinks she's being treated like a child is because you were treating her like a child.
I mean, yeah. We were literally students at the university.
To be fair, next to him, you do have the frame of a child. Anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Well, I feel it's pretty important at the moment.
I'm
Did
just
they
trying
let go?
I don't know.
Did anybody let go?
Did anybody let go?
I
Okay.
need a
Yeah,
pinky
Valhalla,
swear.
let's go.
All right, we go pinky swear on maintaining good order, Cora.
No one will end up dead for now.
That's not what I said.
I reckon I think you understand me well enough that
No.
if I wanted somebody dead by now, that would have happened.
So you should have no problem promising then. With the pinky swear.
While this is happening, Thad is going to cast Detect Thoughts through the slug hat on Cora.
The little wavy tentacles, the wavy eye stalks go hip style. Okay. Is it just surface?
Starting with the surface thoughts, yeah.
Probably once
okay.
again. You can tell me, Cora. What would the surface thoughts be?
Probably a far less chaotic than it was before when Demovan was searching around. Now it's more fear and worry than.
Okay. That can work with that.
Also, when having this conversation, she just. I won't hurt anyone for the night.
Okay.
And then off to the other side, when her hands are let go, she grabs Valhana's hand from like the outside.
Okay.
I gotta say, Thad can work with that is possibly the most terrifying thing I've ever heard.
Oh, I love it, and I'm waiting.
But basically, at that point, when I see you reach out, and then it's like that. I'm gonna say almost like a Mexican standoff situation where everyone's eyeing everyone else, and then it kind of calms down. So Thad lets his shoulders relax, sets down the mug he's been holding. Listen, we're clearly sent here on a higher purpose. The only reason a bunch of misfits like ourselves would be here is to find the secrets that are behind all the evil in this world. And I've been sent here to guide this flock. But I can't have us fighting amongst ourselves if we're trying to find out what is happening. I know we all have our deep, dark past. I have apparently a slad that I'm going to shit out later, but the rest of you, I'm not quite certain where you came from. We had our conversations. But Hana, I think I understand you now. At least to the amount that my brain can understand of what your background is. Harokin, you like devils and demons. I get it.
We do. Sure, whatever.
Cora, or
Yes,
Demavand, you could turn to me with a weird face, and that's very strange, but I kind of...
Immediately, like, this is like shushing you, like covering your fucking mouth.
Why are you touching my lips? Okay.
Seems a little bit personal to be releasing. Looking
Okay,
around,
fine.
like, spooked.
I'll say that this is in a more conspiratorial, leaned in over the table kind of conversation.
Even still.
Yeah. I also ignore or I don't recognize your panic at all. And I turn back to Cora. Yours is still an unknown to me. I'll get to Crix in a moment, but before we go on, I want to understand, why do you need to punch the man with the scrolls?
I don't need to punch him. He was just very in the way. We are trying to get you fixed. Why is this becoming an issue on me?
Well, because your attempt to fix our issue almost caused a bigger one. We have another solution. Potentially.
Her jaw kind of locks at that.
Yeah, and just kind of for dramatic effect, that's when you hear two kind of drunken individuals at the other table. One of them is just like, "Yeah, I heard there's a crashed pirate ship up in the far north, but shh, keep a secret, keep a secret. I heard they eat it." Go ahead.
Cora grabs a mug, stands, and throws it, but like it was very obvious that she was trying not to hit them, just throw it past them.
Okay. Okay, give me still give me a attack roll with dexterity.
That one.
Doesn't. We'll see.
That one to hit.
Just d20 plus your dex. Okay. So it flies past, but it's good enough to sail past them, and then it hits that individual. It hits that individual who's standing, who's sitting by the door that was staring at Kalis. So Mug flies past, hits that individual. They lurch backwards, just kind of like they take it like a champ. It doesn't even phase them, but the hood falls off, and you recognize the face, the decrepit, sallow, hollow face of Krintas, the companion of Dazan.
Hold on, I need to go back to my notes for this one.
The wizard in the tower.
Yeah, it's the Revenant that was with the wizard. The quote-unquote Revenant. That's something that I picked up on that Crix did not.
Okay, so it was, you knew it was an undead dude. No, you knew it was undead, like, zombie boy.
But that's as much as Crix knows.
But he's the one who wait. I'm forgetting something here.
He was the bodyguard.
So there was the simulacrum and the undead guy.
Yeah.
And we gave like the spirit back to the simulacrum, so he's now a real person with his undead bodyguard.
I forgot about the bodyguard. Okay.
So the bodyguard is here, without Dazan.
And was apparently staring down Kalis.
First, Cora glances at Hirokin and goes, I did not intentionally do that. Also, does that look familiar?
The guy,
sorry,
Krintas puts the individual that you recognize, he puts his hood back up very, like, quickly, but, like, awkwardly. He's basically moving like the dude from Men in Black, the sugar water guy. Like, he's like,
the meat suit guy.
Yeah, skin suit looking dude, just like,
What did the detect thought surface read when Cora said, I did not mean to do that, or I could not do? I forget exactly which your word was there.
I don't know, just probably.
Probably that she meant to miss.
Yeah.
That she only was focused on missing the two talking about the ship.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay, never mind. But why did you throw it then?
To make a scene.
Yeah, totally.
And actually, that would be one thing Thad speaks up. You always seem to want to throw things in bars.
It's a good way to get to know people. But for real, did nobody else see that?
Oh, the undead looking dude? Yeah, we've seen him before.
That's kind of my point, Thad.
We'll get there. I gotta close on my current thought process before I can allocate more space to where I need to figure out what that meant.
That is the one.
He is having trouble.
You must first close this claim before you make another.
Yeah.
That is the least ADD person I know.
I'm like a walking, what's that fucking medication?
Adderall?
Adderall. I'm like walking Adderall, yeah.
All right, so Thad, continue your speech as there's like a brief halt in like conversation as a mug gets thrown across the room. There's a warning look from Scramsack at the bar as he's polishing his cups, but he just notices that no harm, no foul. There's like that moment of pause of like, is something gonna happen? Like the same thing as when the beer was spilled on the other guy. Nothing happens? No? Okay.
Yeah, I won't be too much longer, but I just want... Actually, this is a really good punctuation to it, because it would be exactly that follow-up. I really need to understand what is your problem with the violence in the bars and things. Is this something we can channel? Is this something that you need to fit... Oh, not fix. What's the word before? Is it something that you need to solve? Is there some outstanding quest of yours that needs to be completed? I can work with this as well. You seemed afraid.
Cora starts to get mad and then just kind of lets out a sigh, leans over the table to look at Thad and just goes, because sometimes the past just needs to stay buried.
Will this buried past affect the future?
Well, I didn't think so. Now your assistants, like I said earlier, you guys can go to the ship all you want. Have fun.
Okay, so I pull out my log. Okay, it is the ship. Got it. All right.
You probably crosses out four other things that are completely unrelated.
Exactly. I only have
So
one
if
other
you
thing
take
I
that
want.
log to the ship, will it be the captain's log?
Yep.
I can't hear you. Anyways, all right, well, that's settled. I think I understand where my position in all this is. I am sent here, as I said, to guide us to the greater truth, and this is where I have to warn us all, I believe, of Crix's affections. He's changed. I don't know why. I don't know how, but we used to be a partner, a team, seeking the truth, burning the heathens. Now he's just being too blunt about our approach. He's trying to seek the truth in a way that makes us scurry further from the light. I don't know if you guys have noticed anything else about this, but I don't know what's going on.
Who are you?
Cora kind of laughs and then looks at that and goes, "Oh, maybe he understands something that you simply are ignoring. There is no destiny. There is no purpose. Everything's chaotic, and we're all fucked in the end. I'm gonna go figure out why he's following us," and she's gonna go to Kretus.
All right, as you do that, I pull out my log and make a note. Nope, Cora does not understand.
Okay. As you stand up. Okay, so yeah, I think at this point a couple of things are happening. So, Cora, as you stand up, push your chair back with this like the squeak of the chair. As you walk over to this individual by the door, he stands up as well, and he starts walking towards you. Crix, as you're in your room, getting getting kind of all like, I don't know, what would you do when you reach your room?
Watching your scales.
I am meditating, actually.
Okay, so perfect. Actually, as you're meditating, voice comes into your head. The voice of the one you worship. Of why am I blanking on his fucking name right now? So stupid.
Kosuth.
Of Kosuth. Yeah. So
Say Imix, but that's the wrong one.
Yeah. No, wrong one. Don't. Yeah. Imix comes in and says, "What's up? It's your boy Imix, bitch."
I'm moving in.
I killed Kosuth, you son of a bitch.
No. So you hear Kosuth. You hear Kosuth in your mind as he speaks to you, and he says,
Crix, a servant of the Frostmaiden is in this tavern. She commands him to give her the souls that have been stolen from her. Her time is short. Murder will happen soon.
Roll my eyes. Stand up.
Don't roll your fucking eyes at me. I'm your god. I give you powers.
Yes, but
this is like your principal office visit right here in middle school.
yeah. No, this is. I don't claim to understand your ways, but I don't see how this is related to my end goal for you. But I will do as you wish. And
the voice, before you get up, the voice says,
Our goal is to drive Imix from this world. But we also need to drive Oral as well from this north. I want to be the one who brings the fire to Icewind Dale.
That I can get behind. And I'll head downstairs.
Okay, so get out of your meditation. Get up. As you exit, Crix, we just have that moment of you like locking the door in the hallway, and then you just hear the slap, like the frog slaps of all the squid boys coming past you, just like, Crix, what's up? We got a suite. They're like looking down at the end of the hallway where there's like the casino suite like level like penthouse of the inn. There's like, yeah, I guess if you give enough of these big gold pieces, then they just like let you have the best house or the best room in the house. Come on, boys, let's go. And they just like open up the door and it's just like a fucking vast, like the biggest room in the inn.
There's just not a single word said, just Crick standing and watching them the whole way.
Yeah.
And then just kind of staring at the door for like another minute. And then just shaking it off and walking downstairs.
All right, so as you head downstairs, while downstairs, Cora, you walk up and you stand up, walking forward. Crintus, or the undead that you saw, he stands up as well, and he comes walking towards you. He pulls his hood back, and his gaunt face is now showing. You can see individuals in the bar like freaking out for sure. There's gasps, scrimsack. He's just like, oh shit, fuck, I've got a zombie in here. Oh no. And Crintus he's
just old.
In his strange hollow voice, he says, "You killed the Zan."
I mean, not intentionally, but when we left, he was alive.
His eyes, the deep, hollow eyes, you can see the red embers in them glow suddenly. He says, "Not but a day later, the Zan dissolved into snow. You did this."
We have
I
a
thought he
person
melted.
literally bent on making fire. You really think that we're gonna turn people into snow?
At that point, you just like, there's just kind of like this confrontation. He is like all up in your face. We just have, Cora up in his face, Crintus up in your face. That's when you hear from the other table, Demovan, Thad, Hyrokin, the individual there. He just says, maybe we should leave the premises. It's getting a little bit rowdy here. The companion looks at him, goes, "Yeah, I gotta go home. I think I had one too many. I'm feeling really woozy. I gotta sleep this off, or you're gonna have the worst hangover tomorrow." And yes, you are going to have the worst hangover tomorrow. Oh, poor soul. And the blue-eyed individual,
come downstairs. Do I see?
So yeah, Crix, you're coming down the stairs and you watch as Cora is like chest to chest with, you recognize Crintus, the undead companion. You see your other individuals at the table. There's like, obviously just everything is kind of like paused, semi in motion. You're watching in slow motion as this like well-dressed blue-eyed individual is walking out towards the door with he's basically almost at the door, supporting this super drunk individual heading out.
I'm
okay.
Was his like creepiness like very obvious after?
Oh, you mean you're gonna have the worst hangover ever thing?
Yeah.
I don't. You could give me a perception check at disadvantage, Cora, for that, because you're all up in the grill of.
I also would say she's not taking Princess seriously at all.
Okay, no, then just a perception check then. Yeah, so yeah, as Crintus is like all up in your face, like, "You killed Dazan, he dissolved, he's dead, you evil, you vile people," you're just like, as this guy is, very, you're just like, what the fuck? This dude is just like, yeah, slipping past you. He moves past you, and you catch that as he's about to leave.
Now, is it very obvious to me looking around this room who the fucking servant of Arl is?
I think you can discern it from the fact that right now Demovan is up, getting up and following this guy out the door. Hyrokin
probably went to Thad, who's probably paying some attention to something. I hope.
I'm calibrating the slug hat to try to focus on one of these guys. I think it would be the one that you're
actually cranking a tentacle to turn it into different people.
Fucking antenna are just
I would try to focus on the one that you're following, because he was the one he was the creepy smile man, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I would try to focus on him
so you get the
blue eyes.
You get the same sensation, Thad, that Demovan got. The surface thoughts are ice cold. Ice cold and murder on the mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, catching him as he's heading towards the door, I look at Princess and go, "Hang on for a second," and then kind of I didn't plan on dealing with it, but I figured someone behind me was. I just drop darkness at the door and make it look like it's feeding in through the door to keep him out or keep him in.
Okay. All right. So a bunch of stuff happens right now.
Oh no.
Crix, you're the one who I think at this point you totally recognize that like this is the individual leaving. All signs point to him, you know, being the one. And if anything else, the voice in your head echoes and just is like him. Just like, oh shit. I want you to give me I want Cora to give me a dexterity save, or actually either dexterity, acrobatics, or opposed athletics.
Let's go athletics.
Okay, go ahead, roll. Oh, sick. Okay, cool.
Sick.
Yeah. Krintos reaches out to try to grab you to, like, you know, basically like I'm talking to you type of shit, right? But you are able to, like, you break his grip easily.
Not now, zombie.
Yeah, not now, zombie bitch. Get out of here.
I would say Cora tries to grabs him back and goes, "There is a bitch who is freezing over the entire world at the moment, and you really think it was us that did this? You are." And then just kind of lets him go and heads towards the exit.
Okay, so he looks like if a undead fucking bodyguard could look confused, he looks confused. He's just like as the darkness spills through the entranceway, you watch as this individual, the blue-eyed individual, he immediately spins around and looks back into the tavern. He locks eyes with you, Cora, and your eyes are probably having some sort of flare-up at this point, I would assume, having used your powers. And he looks to you, he looks to Crix, who's coming down the stairs, he looks to Demoven, who's bristling with spears coming in his direction. There's all kinds of commotion going on. You hear people, like, starting to be like, oh, you know, commotion going on in the tavern. He gives that creepy smile. And immediately you just watch it. Before you can react, this is what happens, and this is going to be the end of the night here. Suddenly a dagger of ice appears in his hands. He slits the throat of the individual that he's leading out of the room, and then in a moment he gives you a smile and a wink and goes poof, and in a burst of frigid air disappears.
I have plans. I'm sad.
You hear footfalls from outside.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because we know he could teleport across the gap, but not that far.
Yeah. Was he casting a spell?
Yes, he was.
I'm like, screw you, bitch.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, great. Then that's where we end the night. What is Kayla doing? Like, is Kayla still just like sitting down and be like, oh my, just like trying to get up?
I'm just like, I'm literally sitting down, just like trying to avoid everybody because I've got no idea what's going on. I just see someone like casting a spell after doing that. I'm just like, no.
Yeah, so he does
become sentient.
Yeah. No spell casting in my shop.
Yeah. So it immediately counters it as he just was like, he gives you like that kind of like cheeky wink. I'm like, you know, this is like Loki levels of like mischief, like haha, got you. And he just like turns around. You can see his eyes look out the door, like he's looking through that space, and he makes a let's see. I'm just checking this. Oh, interesting. Oh no, he does. You start to you hear him say something, so you can counter it. So yes. Then suddenly, as you counter it, he remains in place as he's just kind of like acting like he's about to go, and then under his voice, he just is like, "Well, shit." And that's where we'll end for the evening.
I would like to point out that as soon as Kosut said that's the one, I was pulling my gun up to my shoulder.
Sick. Okay, so you just have laser rifle going, like charging up.
Yep.
Since I have him currently under the... Oh, go ahead.
I know I'm gonna forget by next week, but Cora would definitely look at Hiroka and go, I still have to keep my promise.
Yes.
You promised no one would die. There's a dead man on the floor.
Yeah, literally, there's a dude throat slit, and you all can see throat slit, but it is like you can see the black kind of frostbitten flesh across the throat, and the blood is not bleeding through it.
So is he's straight up dead? He's not in saving throws.
Oh
or
yeah,
anything
no,
at
he's
this
just
point.
some commoner that just fucking took way too much damage from throat slit ability.
He had throat slit free.
We could theoretically cast Revivify still, I think.
Yeah, if anybody has that, sure, of course.
Or the diamond to go with it.
Yep,
Sure.
exactly. But yeah, we'll
We could
pick
go-
up
we
on
could
that
go
next
ask
time.
this-
As you actually kind of are in an interesting situation as you have an angry zombie boy. The angry.
Oh, yeah, this is a weird fucking. This is straight up. I was mentioning the Mexican standoff before. Now it actually is one.
Yeah.
With the zombie, the weird, creepy dude, and us.
And then meanwhile, the innkeep, who's definitely probably not going to be stoked on all of this happening,
Nope.
boy Scrimsack. If anything, I was like, he's
And I
gonna, yeah, he's.
We still had a rest yet either.
Nope.
We got a short one.
Yeah. I mean, you had a short rest.
No
You had some heals. Short rest for monk is good. You get your key points back.
I hadn't spent any. I guess I could heal myself with them too. That's true.
Yeah, you can do. I would allow you, Mr. Thad, to have used
Retroactively.
the key. Yeah, before the short rest. However much key was left. Key infused
That's
healing.
where's that? Quicken healing. 2 points per martial arts die. So that's just the die itself, no modifiers, correct?
Yeah, it's whatever your current unarmed strike die is.
Which were...
I
Oh,
believe
you have
it's
some...
D6. So okay, so I can do it twice. So I'll get 2d6 healing.
Have you
Okay.
been increasing your key every level?
Yeah, I'm at 5 key points. I didn't use any in the last
Oh, you
fight.
should be at
Oh,
6
oh.
key points. Oh.
No.
No, I have 5
Cleric.
because I took a cleric level. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
All right. Yeah.
It's okay. That actually puts me to not awful levels of healing. So
Okay, cool. All right, so thank you all a little bit. I was glad that the role play led us to this point. Obviously, the town it's a bigger town, so you get more of a feel of it being similar to like a Waterdeep, like levels of lots of people here, lots of things happening, more presence of actual authority in this, feeling like a place that you could get in trouble if you did dumb shit, type of thing. But yeah.
Hi.
We'll pick back up on this next time. And no, you did not derail anything. If anything, everything still went according to plan.
But just real quick, the guy whose throat got slit was the drunk guy who was talking mad shit,
Yeah,
right?
it was,
He's
it
like,
was
"Uh-huh,
very-
The
Oh,
drunk
the
guy
blue
who was
sacrifice?
specifically talking, and I will make it plain. He was specifically talking about the fact that he paid,
Yeah, it's money.
the way that the like human sacrifice to Oral works, as if you remember, every town does a sacrifice to Oral, whether it be the smaller towns sacrifice heat. So like Dugan's Hole did the whole like, we're gonna sleep without fire, haha, like that's our sacrifice. The next tier of town, like Goodmead and those folks, they don't have enough citizens to do anything more extreme, so they sacrifice food. They'll like place meats or fish out in like specific like sacrificial locations to the animals of the forest so that Oral's animals can claim them. The larger towns, like East Haven and Goodmead, East Haven and Bryn Shander, sacrifice humans.
As one does.
Mm-hmm.
So
Also,
they
speaking
tied.
of East
There is a
Haven,
lottery.
my
There is a
buddy
lottery
made
where
that.
the names of every individual in the town are put into a pot. Name is drawn at random, and that individual is tied to a stake out in the frigid cold to freeze to death as a sacrifice to Oral. And what that guy was saying is that he pays off the folks who do the lottery so that his name is never in the pot.
Yep. And
So
now he's
just
dead
could be-
because of it.
So there's also I mean, I don't want to read too much into this, but it sounds like he's evil frozen Batman who's coming after those who avoid their due.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
It's all the wealthy who are being assassinated.
He's
They're
the
probably
Oral
paying
like
for it.
IRS.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I mean, you'll deal with him next time. The counterspell was a great little ending there to keep that going. So we'll see what happens. It'll all depend on the initiative rolls starting next week. So good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
My session notes for this today are very long.
Yeah, it was a
There's
very
a lot happened.
yeah. A lot of stuff has happened. We've learned a little bit more about what can cure Thad. Multiple options there. You do have and this is the city that has the your Axel point of contact, by the way. Like this is the guy that if you need to send your Axel some sort of message or anything like that, this is where the Brigandiarth contacts.
We could send him a message asking for 16,000 gold.
You could. You absolutely could.
Actually, did you set it up to meet with the Brigandiarth, or it was just because we came into town?
Because you came into town.
Okay.
That's just where that individual. This is the biggest town. This is the biggest city in 10 towns. Like it's going to be the hub of most people like coming and going. So, yeah. Yep. So
I like the fact that Thad is like Crix has changed, but I think it's just that Thad has finally picked up on the fact that Crix doesn't care about his conspiracy theories.
It's also the approach has been slightly changed as well. You're become more. Well, it'll be a avenue for roleplay adventure. I like it. Comes back to the way that we both picked up cleric and very opposing entities.
I'm very directed cleric. You're very inquisitive cleric.
Well, secrets of the night kind of a thing.
Yeah,
and you're just like, no, we burn them out in the day. So
yeah,
I mean, just be simply that, but we'll see where it goes.
You guys are literally day and night clerics.
Yep.
That's funny. Love it. Edgy. All right, won't keep you all much longer. Good stuff. What are we doing tomorrow? Which one are we doing tomorrow? Do you know?
Shrooms, I believe.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
You guys gotta fight some bee dragons.
Didn't we already?
Honestly, it's been so long. I forgot where we left off on shrooms.
You guys were looking for the source of the bee dragons now.
Ah, okay, yeah, we fought bee dragons.
We beat gnome tried to steal my gun.
Yeah, we beat the shit out of that gnome.
That it's halfling, but yes.
Whatever, small thing.
One.
Beat him up.
Yeah. Lalafell. Yeah.
Yes, it's a Lalafell. Yeah. And you broke the Lalafell code of meeting a Lalafell and immediately being friends with them.
Different
Lalafell. I think we're not Lalafells. Fuck them.
Not same. He was a dick. Yeah, no, there's an asterisk on that unwritten rule, which is if they're a dick, you don't have to be friends.
Nah, Malile isn't a dick.
We'll find
More
out.
like an asshole. He's a penis.
Wow.
Yeah, penis.
They them are a phallus of some sort.
Nah.
All right, good stuff tonight. Enjoyed the role play. Thank you for thank you for sticking with it, and also thanks for all the interesting little things. I really appreciate CW3 just the end there, just being like, oh yeah, counterspell, bitch. I'm just
it's so great. I love it because you're just kind of like sitting there.
No, it's the Eric Andre show. It's the Eric Andre show with like what's his name? Hannibal Bruges in the back, just like bitch. sitting in the chair, just like bitch.
You now notice Hannibal Careless.
Yeah, just look at hey, look at me, bitch.
I like to imagine Kalis has like somehow acquired a blanket wrapped up like hot cocoa in his hand, and he just kind of like flipped his finger as a counterspell. Like, I'm not gonna move from here.
Can't sacrifice the worm.
Why can't I go back to that cool place? You ruined everything.
All right, take it easy. I'll be jumping back on with some Final Fantasy after this, but ending stream.
I will be too. So.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, ending stream. See you folks in the BS.
Wait, leaders.
Later.
Oh yeah, somebody did post the image of the dude. Yeah, that's Krintos for sure. Also, wow, look at that GIF of 10 towns. That's beautiful. I'm gonna open this. Thank you for those who are hanging out tonight. It has been me Scuzz Nugget, and can I zoom in? There we go. That's super cool. I actually want to save this. That's a really sweet GIF of I believe that's East Haven. Yeah, I think that's East Haven. Very cool. Alrighty. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm Scuzz Nugget, your DM. Tonight, excuse me, we had our players with us. Thad, played by Chuckle Smash. Valhana, half played tonight by my wife, Derpy Gecko. Hirokin, played by Porkins. Fletcher, played by Gastroy. Kalis, played by CW3, aka No Fun Allowed. Find him on YouTube at No Fun Allowed. And Demavan, played by Wabugi. And Cora, the angry girl tonight, played by Neon Pulse. I'm Scuznugget, your DM. You can find me on YouTube at Scuznugget, socials, Twitter at Scuznugget, all that good stuff. And we'll be back next week with a thrilling conclusion to this interesting little Bryn Shander jaunt as we move on from this situation. Good night, everybody. Take care. We out of here.